He said I got a switch back.
Oh, he said I got. If we can just bow our heads in silence for about 2 minutes.
What an amazing experience. But before we get into that, yo, you guys are amazing. I see Haley in here, George. Battle, of course, number one. Janice. Oh, so amazing. Happy Friday. Yes, 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 Haley. Leah. Oh my gosh. Britt. Tara. What an amazing turnout. You guys are amazing. Thank you so much. Oh, snap, Cheryl from England / New York.
There's so many people up in here. This is cool.
DJ Fangirl. Make sure y'all check out the latest video with the Jackson cartoons. I learned a couple of things. I always learn something when I watch your stuff, you know. Shout out to my sister. Oh my gosh. This is so cool. Carol, hey boo boo. So good to see you last month. Hopefully I'll see you soon. Hey, Angel. Oh man. I'll be honest, I was feeling like a big sis seeing through Tori's eyes, because I mean I was excited, but Tori just lit up Ohio, man. What's up? So wow, I guess we can just get into it because it is getting late. I still got more stuff to shoot today. Oh my gosh. But before it's one of them weeks. Before we get into the recap, let's say happy birthday to our awesome Augie, Austin freaking Brown.
Austin.
And for those who joined us on the station head 2 weeks ago promoting Austin's America, there was some information I owed you, and it's kind of connected, right? Austin will be on tour this January and February with Black Castle and Friends. And just like the Jacksons, Austin is carrying the torch of that legacy as a second gen, very talented brother. I mean, that family is just so talented. I'm in awe of them. Please don't be one of those people. Oh, I should go. If you're in the areas that he is touring, please support. He has a very, very affordable show, lots of energy, and sometimes it surprises. That's all I'm going to say. You never know who's going to show up. I'm personally debating if I can find some miles or something to fly somewhere. Like, I've had such a beautiful experience with Tori, and you know, it's if you plan things right, it can come out to equal or cheaper. You never know. Sometimes you can take a little train somewhere, bus, whatever. So shout out to the birthday man. Mr.
Woo-hoo.
Austin. Keep Streaming America, and also shout out to TJ's new single. Oh my God, why am I drawing a blank? We just had a thing.
Interrupt me.
Thank you. Thank you for interrupting me. Interrupt me. Streaming both these brothers' amazing singles, and make your reels, your shorts, your TikToks, make it viral, be clever, make magic, y'all. So yes, I remember when Austin used to be in New York. He used to live in New York. And I don't know if the rats get him away or our terrible weather, but we miss you living with us, Austin, because we used to get shows all the time when he lived here. Oh, that's so sweet. It was
Oh my
amazing.
goodness.
Oh yeah, you took it back. Target practice. Yes. That's how you know that's a backpack kid. Like if you took it back to target practice, you've been there from day one. I'm here for it. Thank you guys. Oh man, this is my first live stream since Tito passing. I took off. You know what, Tara? I'm keeping it real. I took a time out. I think it was 2-3 weeks just to process. And again, I don't know the family, but I'm familiar, and I feel like I know how I felt when my mom passed away. And I just remember the world was, it just felt like time was distorted. I can't even put it in words. So I didn't feel like, well, let's post about blah blah blah. I kind of like took a time out. You would have thought I was related to Tito. Like that's how I took a time out for real.
No, I should have took some bereavement time for real.
Yeah.
Like I remember that night we happened to be on live and then got off the live and it was a handful of us just like talking afterwards and we were just in shock trying to figure out like what happened because this is when the news first came out. I couldn't sleep. I got up to go to work probably like at least an 8-hour shift. I was in shambles. I was like, I don't know how I'm doing this. It was a crazy time.
Yeah. It's still crazy. Like,
Yep.
we'll definitely talk more about the whole Tito thing because I mean, it was the most bittersweet thing I've ever experienced in my life. Like, yeah, we're seeing them, but someone's missing.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, it's like three Fridays ago we were in Ohio. So, yeah, let's just get into it. Let's get into the recap. Um, yeah, that was so cool. Like, all right. Oh, I just so clearly Canva doesn't like me, but okay. So, Tori, like I said, you light up a space. Did you have any impressions of the airport when you first arrived? Because I know I did.
No. I mean, I felt it was a lot of walking. It was a lot. I'm not even gonna lie, because it had the A gates and then the B gates, and they were separated by a long walk. And there was a train that you could take, but I didn't realize you could take the trains. I just walked, and I had to go walk to Trish. But it was a nice airport. It was very chill, very calm. Wasn't crazy busy from what I seen. At least arriving there.
Right. You know what stood out to me? Those dinosaurs and fossils all over the place. There was fossils all over the place. I'm sorry, and it was kind of giving me like it was just such a vibe because I was just like, I don't know, JFK. Like you haven't been here yet, but JFK is like, LaGuardia, the new LaGuardia looks good. So I start, especially as I travel so much, I'm starting to appreciate a well decorated, curated airport.
Mm-hmm.
And I had to give Ohio, thank you for having a well curated airport. So I was going to show I'll show one sneak peek, but basically, since my vlog's not out yet, I'm like, you guys will see things hopefully in a day or two. I wanted to take my time with it. Like at first I was zooming through it, and then I got to the part where Tori and I were about to like see the show and get merch and stuff. And I said, I want to see every freaking clip before I put this up, because it was some, I just wanted to, I'm still savoring the moment because unfortunately when we went to see them, Tito's memorial was only like 3 days away or 4 days away.
Mm-hmm.
So I personally didn't feel like, oh, look at our vlog. And the family's still going through stuff privately, you know? So again, I know we don't know these people like on a one-on-one, but we're familiar enough. And just to know, like, you know what, we could just put our vlogs up in a couple of weeks. It's no big deal. A lot of people even know we went there. So, so
Yeah.
that, it's just like, I think the timing's a little bit better. So I don't think it's ever going to be perfect. Like, um, that was only like what, less than 3 weeks ago, they had the memorial for Tito. So it's just like, wow. It's one of those things like, oh, we could wait. So
Mm-hmm.
shout out to the Well Cuter Airport, because I was like, I wonder if Tori had any thoughts on the airport, because I did. I was like the minute we came out, it's like little fossils everywhere, and I'm like, oh, this is cool. So when you guys see my intro, it's definitely part of it, because I was like, what the? This is so cool.
It
So it reminds you of what?
like where we were like that getting like outside of the airport. It reminded me of like my city. Like I know it's like it's a well known city, but it wasn't like the busyness of like on the level of like LA or something like that. It was like
I
it's
mean,
just chill. It
I
was
did not think, like, I thought of Ohio like of a really like meh type of place, and then when I get there, I'm like,
bruh.
this is so lit. Like, it's
Don't
so
tell my dad that he loves Ohio.
like, oh snap, Butterfly lives in Ohio. I love your city, man. I love I love it. Hope,
Yes.
man. It's only a 2-hour flight from New York. Now for Tori, do you want to tell people what it took for you to get to Ohio? Because it wasn't so easy for you.
I was signing myself up for a journey and I could not make not one mistake or mess everything up. So I had to catch 3 planes there and 3 planes back. It was treacherous. And on the way back, the last flight, I had less than 10 minutes to get my butt off that plane and run to my gate, which was I had to like walk far. It was like on the other side or whatever. My lungs was burning. My legs was jelly. I was like, all for the Jacksons, right? All for the Jacksons. It was worth it. It was worth it. The pain.
Man, 3 planes. That's commitment. Because, I remember Tori and I were trying to get to see the Jacksons this whole year. We were just like even begging them, like, hey, can you put us on a special assignment? And like, we're the kind of people like, we're not asking for you all to pay for anything. We're just asking, if we get down there, can we get like a meet and greet? Can we talk to you? Something, like, I didn't want to like go to a place like London and then it's like we couldn't even like talk to them.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just throwing out there, Jackson members, if there's any way that we could do like special assignments, you know, let us know. Like, we legitly appreciate the legacy. We want to keep it growing. Oh man. Oh, the question, how many hours, Tor, to get from where you live to Ohio?
Um, I don't exactly know how many hours, but the travel commute in total, I want to say I was traveling from 6 in the morning until okay. I'm gonna do Ohio time because they're on East Coast time. So it was 7 in the morning to 3. So I was going for a long time, and I slept on every single flight. I was like, I'm tired.
Yeah, as much as I talk crap about New York, I'm starting to appreciate how centralized and accommodating it is. I was just like, it was one flight, 2 hours, I was there. And I'm like,
Oh my
do I
gosh.
still think New York is overpriced? AF? Yes. But at least I could say travel is a breeze. I was like, 3 planes? That's nuts. Oh,
That's a work shift.
thank you, thank you.
Oh, that would be a dream.
And I'm still gonna throw this out there, dear Marlon Jackson. There's nobody in the world that I think that would interview you better than freaking Tori. Tori came up with merch. What do you call Marlon fans? I think you have names for them, correct?
Well, to give backstory, the station head, we have our own terminology. I believe it was Kay Winter, and she's the one that comes up with a lot of the terminology and stuff. Like, um, she came up with the term "body roll king" from the Victory tour. Like, at the end, he was on his little shenanigans, body rolling and stuff, and they was just staring. I'm like, man, what you doing? So that's where I think she got it from. And then I think I call us body rollers. I don't know.
Body rollers. I would love to be called a body roller. And if you guys saw Tori's vlog, I was body rolling. So people don't know this, but we took multiple takes, minimum 2 or 3 takes for our outro. And it's so funny, Tori. I would have never guessed you would have used that one because you were like, when I say I was acting a fool.
No, because it was like, so the first one, I think I was still trying to collect myself. Like, I'm like, what in the world? This night was crazy good. And so it was long, and I was just going on rambling. Second one, you could tell it was like it was just time to go to bed. We were tired. We were just like, yeah, and then this, and then this, and then this. And the last one, I don't know, we just got bursts of energy out of nowhere. We was just cackling. So I was like,
what that last one was, I'm getting tired. And I'm not gonna lie, the funniest part of my personality comes out when I'm that kind of tired. Because it's almost like you're like legally drunk. So when I saw it, I said, oh my gosh. Oh, we just had so much fun. Like, this is Tori and I first time going to a concert together. We never gone to a concert together. So that was just really, really cool. And it's like it was the most last minute thing I've ever planned in my life for Lisa Jackson's. And it just everything just clicked. The flights clicked. Even though there was delays for us, we landed around the same time. We had a nice lift person. We were at a casino that was open all night and we felt safe. So that was our fake hotel. Just everything worked out because unfortunately the flights weren't cheap. It was cheapish to me, but not so much for Tori. But tickets to see the Jacksons were affordable. The meet and greet was affordable. So it all bounced out. Like, so I was like, for me, it just worked out really, 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 really cool. I wish things worked out like, we were trying to see LaToya recently and the opposite was happening. Like, to fly to see LaToya was obscene amount of money. Because it was too last minute. It was just a lot. But I learned when things are like resistant like that, just let it go. But yes, so we're gonna take a couple of comments. Oh, you know what? I wonder if Amtrak was an option. Huh. You know what? I should have looked into that. Man. But you know what? Now that I think, I don't know if I don't think Amtrak would have been faster for me, maybe for Tori, but Amtrak's tricky. If you don't book those trains quick enough, those get super expensive. I know for me, it kind of worked out because my credit card, you have to have a certain amount of miles to be able to get those free upgrades and the perks for the following year. And they were like, yo, Trish, you need to like book another flight to make sure you get your whatever. Because I was booking with 2 different airplanes this year, so it was a little hard to get the miles, but I think I'm going to make it because I have one more trip, Lord willing, coming up. So, yeah, Tori ain't playing. Tori was not playing. Tori, someone asked a question. Was Amtrak even an option for you?
It probably was, but I ain't gonna look. I'm
Right?
just get me on something that I'm used to with this such short notice of a thing. I am not playing around with nothing else.
I have to like, yeah. Wow, that's longer than it takes from. Wow. By the way, that's London for those who don't know. Um, oh, you don't miss it? I love being on a plane. Love it. Every time it takes off, I'm like, always make sure I get the window seat.
Me too. I've never since 2023, and the crazy amount of planes I've been on since, I've always gotten a window seat. There's a method to my madness.
Heck yeah. Oh, oh, I see some stuff I can't put on the screen. No. So you want to do the backstory for the study piece? Let me see if I can solo you.
Yeah. The study piece is from the lyric from Man of War, the Jackson song, where they say study peace, because peace is what we need. So Marlon took that and then he created a foundation and a brand called the Study Peace Foundation. And I think what he was trying to do is like reach the children, teach them as they, as they're young, like their brains are still forming and everything, teach them about, peace and unity and loving one another and stuff. Because if you grow up with like chaos and stuff and you don't get to learn about that stuff or realize that stuff when your brain is already formulated, then it's going to be hard to unlearn that, like that hatred and stuff. And then his wife Carol had a Be Kind movement, and it was like an anti-bullying movement that she was doing, with the kids and stuff too. I don't know if they still like do stuff for it, but he has a website called studypeace.net.
That's awesome.
It
Just
is.
just to confirm why I think Tori would be an amazing person to interview Marlon. Like you made me see Marlon in a completely different way. You know, like it's like, and I think that's the beautiful thing about hearing other people's thoughts and people that they admire and why they admire them. And I'm like, what? Like you had me like excited to see Marlon. I've seen Marlon at least like 5 times already, and I'm like, I just saw him in such a different light because you just really, the way you talk about Marlon and his music, and you're amazing, Tori. I love it.
I just want to show the people and like, at least have them to be able to acknowledge that each of the Jacksons have their own thing going on and that they all have a hand in the legacy and stuff. And sometimes I just feel like certain ones get overlooked. I'm like, hold on, y'all. Pay attention. Pay attention to all of them. That's
Yes.
how the whole operation comes together.
I would say Marlon doesn't get enough credit for his dancing, but we will definitely get more into that when we get into the show. Hold on.
Him and Jackie, the dancers.
Oh,
It was him, Jackie.
get into the show because when I say this show was lit, I was like, what? That's Marlon is the body roll king. I think we need body roll merch for the body rollers. Like I feel like you could have a whole movement. Like I was
Body rollers. Oh, and then Kay Winter also came up with for the Jackie fandom, Jackie's Jills. Like,
I love it. I love it.
I was like, oh snap.
We're just on time, Kelly, because we are chatty. We didn't even get out the airport. We didn't even get out the airport yet. Oh my god. Yes. And I can't wait to get to the show part because when I say this show had me shocked, I was like, "What the?"
Yeah, I was like,
"Wow!" Dara was not playing. She's like, I'm not for this plane life." I'll be honest, a lot of people do not like to fly. They're terrified of it or it makes them uncomfortable. I will say this. I hate the TSA part. I hate it. I really need to start getting into that pre-check thing. Oh, actually, it's not going to be in time, but I know for next year that's my goal. Get into that pre-check because my last two trips, not this one, but the one before, the California one for This Is Thriller, both going in and out. I made that train by train. You took 3 trains anyway. Um, I almost missed both those flights because TSA was acting extra TSA-ish. So I was like, oh my God, I really need to take that warning where they said, please get there 2 hours early. Like, if you
You
get
telling
there
me
early, just download some stuff on Netflix. By the way, y'all, I'm watching Gossip Girl. Again, I know Gossip Girl got nothing to do with this, but that is my show. XOXO, Gossip Girl. Anyway. That was my show. I said it's on Netflix. But the whole point is when I'm on the plane, I download things like that. So like, if you get stuck or if you have to get there early, I'd rather be there early than to be like, like your lungs coming out your chest because you're running to the gate. I don't like that feeling, man. That's horrible.
Oh no, that's the first time I ever had to do that in my life. I was like, oh my, I never want to take 3 planes ever again.
Well, girl,
unless
we might go to Japan and stuff. You better not.
ooh,
I'm sorry, what?
ooh.
That's my dream trip. And every time, like, I honestly, like, because they moved the Michael Jackson biopic, there is a Star Wars convention called Star Wars Celebration in Japan. And I'm like, one, I don't have the money, and two, do I have that kind of flying stamina? I think it's a 17-hour flight or something.
I would get bored. I'm like, okay, can I get like
That's why you download series like Gossip Girl. That's 6 seasons. Please, oh my God, I love that show. Like I'm in season 1 again, and I'm like, oh my gosh, it has nothing to do with Jackson's, but it's nothing better than watching something you haven't seen in a long time and be like, oh my gosh, I love this show so much. Like that's me in my head. You love me, Gossip Girl. Anyway, yes, I didn't like the body roll until I was in front of freaking Marlon, and so if y'all saw Tori's vlog, I had no intentions to have done that, but I was just like, again, I see Marlon in a different way, and I'm just like, oh, like for some reason, let me just body roll the king of body roll. Like what?
I don't know what you over. I would not expect that because I had put the phone down.
Yes.
When I stopped recording, I put the phone down, and then someone told me pick it back up to keep recording, like until you're done and you like fully walk off. Because I'm like, I don't want to miss any moments. Next thing you know, I put the phone up. She body roll impulsively.
So funny. Was so affordable. It was I'm going to say only, and I'm going to put this in perspective right now. It was only $175 for one person, but if you buy if you buy $175 in merch, that's how you get the meet and greet. Or if you get 300, you get 2 meet and greets. Now I'm going to keep it real. I don't have my picture of Hayden near me, but Hayden Christensen, the guy who plays Darth Vader, if I'm not mistaken, I paid, I think, $240 to see him, and I got no merch. I got no merch for $240 to talk to him for 30 seconds on May 4th this year.
Wow.
He's fine, yes, but $240, no merch. Now, granted, Hayden Christensen is literally the franchise, or Darth Vader is the franchise of Star Wars. If for those who are not familiar with the whole thing, so like he's like the character, right? Anakin Skywalker / Darth Vader. However, that's a lot of money for 10 seconds with somebody and no merch. You feel me? I'm getting merch signed by the Jacksons and a meet and greet for $60 more. And I could bring a friend. Like, well, we'll break down how I got to see him, but yeah, like, and then Janet. Do we want to discuss how much Janet was charging for meet and greets, y'all?
We're not gonna talk about that. I won't.
Exactly. We'll leave that there.
But that was one of the things where I was like, I can make it happen. I've been eating cheap for the past, there was a reason. I knew in the back of my mind, I was like, something's coming. So it's okay. It's okay because I was not going into debt for for Janet necessarily, but it was a lot. It was a lot. But
It's a
the
lot.
Jacksons one, like you were saying, like I guess depending on the way you see it, you get merch with the meet and greet thrown in, or meet and greet with some merch thrown in. So it's like you get two for one special.
Yes. And Tori got some smart merch, but we'll definitely get into that because I was just like, that is so freaking cool that they do that. Like,
Mm-hmm.
and of course, you get to pick what will make up that 175 or $300. Um, like it was just amazing. I'm like, that's so freaking cool. I know the first time I met the Jacksons, I had my meet and greet was $400 at the Apollo. I did get a program that was, I believe, signed by all of them. I have to see if that's still around. I'm sure it's around, but where is it? But that I did get that merch. But this is different. I get to pick what I want to get, and then I get to meet. And I mean, clearly, I paid it was a lot. Well, actually, yeah, it was a lot less because I was one person for $400, and that was back in 2012. So I mean, I don't know if it was more because it was all four of them. I don't know if it was more because it was the Apollo. I'm not sure why that was so much money, but and that didn't even include, was it the ticket? No, I think I've had to pay for the ticket and then the meet and greet was a separate thing. So it cost me $500 to see them at the Apollo, if I remember right. So just to put that in perspective, what a bargain this is. Just throwing it out there.
Yes.
Like, I know
Oh.
some people be like, if your lights are being turned off, please do not do a meet and greet with the Jacksons. Pay your freaking Condescend bill. But I'm talking about like how Tori said, can I skip on some going out, like going out to eat? I used to do Uber Eats like minimum twice a week at $30 a pop. Plus, I would eat out, averaging $15 a pop if I wasn't doing Uber Eats. So that and that alone was like almost $100 in food per week eating out. I don't eat out hardly at all anymore. Like I just say, you know what, for $300 to $400 a month in takeout, I can go to King of Popcorn. I can go to Ohio. Like I'm like, especially me, I can afford to skip some meals, eat some salads from my house. Like we're good, good. Um, what else? Like a lot of people go out and club and stuff. I don't do that. I don't drink. I don't smoke. I don't do nothing. All I do is travel. That's it. So, oh, okay. I'm not sure if you'll see them on their tours. I don't know.
Oh.
I hope. I know for me, unless there is a YouTube miracle, my traveling next year will be close to non-existent. So I hope you get to see them though, because
Yeah.
your region. Me and Tori just left because like they just was in New Jersey and we were in California that same day. And every time the Jacksons were in the tri-state area, I was in California. So I was like, what are the chances that this keeps happening? So when I reached out to Tori, I said, Tori, the flight for music, cheap. The tickets, I think we were in the second row and we only paid like $100. So I was just like, that's not bad. Like meet and greet, merch, Ubers, and everything was still like around $500 for me, which is great considering I had to fly out there.
Mm-hmm.
So, like I remember for Janet, Atlantic City, I paid $1,000 to go to Atlantic City because the hotel alone was 3 something. Then I had to get the VIP like package, but that included no meet and greet. It was just to be on the floor. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm like I paid I think of $1,100 to see Janet in Atlantic City last year. So I was just like, okay, I can fly to Ohio for 500 to see the Jacksons. You know what I'm saying? Like, but it's rare I get flights that cheap at the last minute. So that was, but I say it was meant to be the same for that. But um, oh, thank you. Well, thanks you.
Oh, thank you. Wow. 5 times
No, we met there because I live in New York and Tori lives.
in a whole nother state.
Right. So
Oh, no.
I learned fill in the blanks. Um, so but I'll keep it real. I don't know when I became who I became because I find myself changing every freaking day. But I prefer to meet people at destinations because I'm that person who does a lot of things at the last minute, or I'm vlogging and shooting and doing B-roll, and that just drives people nuts in real life. So instead of driving you nuts, why don't I just meet you at the destination? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I know I'm annoying with certain things, and the vlogging definitely is one of those qualities. Now, of course, being with someone like Tori is not an issue because we do the same thing. But I still just don't like. I'm one of those people like I just need to be able to do what I have to do without, like thank God Tori. It was everything just went great. Like we have such a very similar personality. Like we got the whole reshooting things or whatever. Like everything was fine. But sometimes, like some people are just like you could just tell it's annoying, and I get that to be honest. So yeah, so I prefer just to meet people at destinations just so I can have at least things, I could do whatever I need to do on my side, whatever that may be. Oh, hey Jen.
Yo, Trish, don't talk about her place.
She's in the slides. She's in the slides.
I feel like Ohio gets a bad rap for a few bad apples, but from my experience there, I mean, I've only been to one. We just went to Cincinnati. Um, it was nice. Everybody was really nice. It was very chill. It like had the no, like I'm saying, it had the energy of like I was at like my city, like where I live. It wasn't like Vegas. You're gonna get some interesting characters. Probably it has an interesting feel, like, but this it just felt like regular for me. So
It was cool. It was a vibe. Like everybody just it seems like the city is, or at least the area we were at was some of it was rebuilding, and I was just like, oh, this is so freaking cool. Um
mhm.
that's crazy. So if I'm not mistaken, the Amtrak
Oh,
out to from New York to Buffalo, I think that's an 8-hour train ride. Am I wrong on that? Like my cousins live there, and they're like, oh, you should come by train. And here I am. I'm like, I'm gonna book a flight, bro. Like, but I think my cousins have realized I'm so freaking spoiled. But I'm like in other ways, like when it comes to travel, I could be a little on the spoiled side. But then like at home, everything is so humble. I don't know how to describe my home life. My home life is like you could just tell I put all my money into traveling. I'll be like, forget the house. Like the house has its own little vibe because thank God I'm creative like my mom. But like my cousins, like they have full blown houses, and I got like this little apartment. And my cousins be like, "When are you moving?" And I'm like, "I'd rather travel." um, Amtrak for Tori is quicker. Hmm. We need to look into that. I'm kind of curious. So I'm sure we're going to be in Ohio again. I'm positive. Maybe we can get a hotel next time, but
yes, Jesus, please. Yeah.
yeah,
Child,
I prefer the window seat. I want to be able to lean on the window, drool in peace.
I just be like that little girl in the Polar Express.
I never want to ever be so jaded or so ungrateful for traveling, whether it's on the plane, train. Like, I went on Amtrak recently to go to that Star Wars thing this year, and I haven't been on Amtrak in probably over a decade. And I was just like, oh my God, it's so luxury, it's so cool. And I'm like, I know like I would definitely want to travel more. Of course, be frugal and smart about it though. Oh, okay, Marlon. Yes.
Uncle Marlon.
That's Uncle Body Roll to you.
Nobody wrong.
They do. I think the Jacksons appreciate that we appreciate them. I think if you have friends, learn to appreciate them. Some people don't have friends. Some people are really hard to like. There's no other way to say that. So if someone
No,
likes you, especially no, am I lying? Like
no, you're not lying.
if you find you someone that resonates with you, appreciate them. If there's someone supporting your business, appreciate them. If you turn out to be a performer like the Jacksons, appreciate your supporters. If you're in social media like me and Tori, appreciate that someone follows you, liked your videos. Like that's a big deal in real life, and people don't appreciate support at all. But the Jacksons do. They really seem to like really appreciate us.
And I
Uh,
appreciate the appreciation because I don't know. You hear sometimes you hear like horror stories about like a person going to see their favorite artist or something, or they meet them, and it's just like they just intentionally weren't nice. It's like for what? It wasn't like oh they just had a bad day. It was just like intentional.
Child.
Just that ain't the Jacksons. They are the opposite. They're
Right.
so nice.
And I will tell you, if you ever have a bad encounter with the Jacksons, and you might, please give them grace. They're not known to be like that at all. They are so nice. So, God forbid they're not being as nice. Please take it as they're having a bad day because that's just not their MO at all. So,
Or it might just be a lot going on.
right,
So
that you're not aware of. So, I mean, I'm hoping that's never no one's experience, but if you ever experience that, like I know I had two incidents where I annoyed a Jackson. Um, one
what
being
were
Tito. I'm not gonna say anybody past that. I'm not gonna think of the other person, but at least I could understand where I messed up. You know what I'm saying? Like with Tito, I kept going, "How you doing? How you doing?" I'd be annoyed too. I was in it for a minute. And so the cousin was like, "Yo, stop, sis." You know, so it's just but I was just nervous to be honest. Like this is back like in 2012. I'm like, I never met them, and here I am acting silly as always. But now, especially it's like as I'm getting older and understanding like you want a better experience, just neutralize that energy for a second, and then you can actually once they're gone. Like, yes, yes, he's
you?
a clown. I'm not sure if you guys saw the post I put up today where he's trying to tell the story. Maybe I'll pull that up later on. But Marlon's a clown. Like I can see Marlon being that person that you get annoyed if you're trying to have a serious moment and he's just going to crack a joke for no reason. I could just see Marlon being that person. I'm like, but he seems so freaking funny and cool. Wait, what does this mean? You think you're that way is the best way. What?
Oh, that's the lyrics to Man of War.
Got you. Marlon, make sure you like have your people called Toys people. Well, Toy don't have people yet. Just
AKA me.
yes, we just had a live about that, George. For most of us, we're happy about it, but some of you fans is pissed. I get that. Um, but for selfish reasons, mainly financially, I'm glad they pushed it back because I was like, well, what if they have a fan, situation, and what if we have to fly out to it? We need that money, and because Ohio was not in the making for us, that was money that I needed for next year's budget for traveling.
Yeah.
Yes, we did. I said we
Oh,
the next live for
yeah.
sure.
Let's do
So now we're at the airport.
it.
We're
That
about
was long. I
to
took.
45 minutes and we're in the airport. We gotta, oh my lord. Okay, we gotta speed this up. All right. So we have our customized t-shirts. I love the Jackson. I actually designed that t-shirt like, oh my God, like 10 plus years, maybe almost 15 years ago. I wore that t-shirt to meet Rebe Jackson because I didn't have a Rebe t-shirt. And then that t-shirt, Tori did that t-shirt for Marlon. When I need that t-shirt in my life, Tori.
Almost knocked my hat off.
Listen,
Body
how he feels about Marlon is the way I feel about Randy, and Randy is in that t-shirt with nipple showing.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Don't you?
Marlon's not married. I could say stuff like, I mean, Randy's not married. I can say stuff like that. Marlon's married, so I can't say stuff like that. But Randy's not married, so I could talk about things like that. Hi, Randy. Yeah, I need that T-shirt in my life. I do. I do. Ugh, yes. And then,
Can you feel it?
all right, so I will let you completely take this part over. I mean, I'll talk to you later. But what was it like seeing the Jacksons in concert for the first time? This is your dream. You talk about this so much.
It was crazy. When I tell you, let's see, let's backtrack because I'm trying to think. I think I was 13 when I really started learning about the family beyond, because I started as a Michael fan, y'all. Be beyond, just Michael, learning his origins about the group and everything. Then when I turned 14, I was in. I was in deep. Y'all remember that one time I thought somebody was gonna fly Marlon Jackson to my birthday party, right? It didn't happen. A child can dream. So I was in deep. So it was about a decade in the making, y'all. And when I heard the audio of Randy screaming, "Can you feel it?" No, first I started seeing them walk out and I'm screaming and hollering. That was not in the vlog. That got cut. But then I heard the dun, 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 the "Can you feel it?" I was freaking out. I was just like they're right there. They're right there. And then on top of that, we got a bonus gift with Terrell because I've always wanted to see Terrell perform in some capacity. So it was just like surreal, just all hit me at once. And I want to say I only sat down 2 times because they were playing two. I think they played 2 videos, which we'll talk about. But that was the only times that I sat down. And then when they was performing and stuff, I was up. I didn't sit down not one time. I'm like, I'm sorry to the people behind me. But when I look back at my footage, they were standing up dancing with each other behind me. So they had everybody on their feet.
Thank God. So I don't know about Ohio, but in Jersey, they have this annoying thing where they don't like to stand up. They don't like to stand up. So then you be like, "Can y'all sit down?" I'm like, "No, it's the Jacksons. Like, can you stand up?" So now I'm going to fast forward 10 plus years. I don't think I could say that now because now I'd be like, well, what if the person can't stand up? So now I gotta be nice. But Jersey, like back in 2012, I was like, no, I'm not sitting down. Like, you need to stand up. The Jacksons are performing. But, now that I had that condition with my bones and stuff, now I'd be like, don't say that, Trisha. That's not nice.
I'm sorry, but if you in the first, I say like 5 rows, expect people to be standing.
Yes.
Especially first row does not sit down. They do not sit down. Out of like, the Janet shows I've been to, the Jackson shows, I don't think there was anybody sitting down in the first row unless they were sitting down, catch their breath from dancing, or there was like a break. That was it.
Because I was like, I won't be so mean moving forward, but it was just like, why are you here with that energy? And it's just like, this is a legendary group. They've been performing, what, 5 or 6 decades, right?
Since the
60s.
Yeah, technically they've been performing since the 60s. When did they start singing though? Like starting to perform?
68, 69, correct? Well, but first they were in Steeltown, correct?
Yeah, that was the 60s. I mean, I guess it was the 60s. So I'm like the brothers like Jackie, Tito, Jermaine. They've been doing this their whole lives.
Like, but it shows. Like, yo, Jackie and freaking Marlon's energy was equal, which I've never seen. Now, when he was at the Apollo, Marlon ran circles on everybody dance wise. This time, I guess Jackie was like, "What, little bro? Enjoy
It
yourself." I
was
was like, "Yo, Jackie, I see you."
the part that I was like, "Oh my goodness, Jackie," was when he took over the lead for Rock with You, and he did that high note at the end that Michael would do in his performances. And I had stopped recording at that point because I wanted to just like enjoy it. And had I known that was coming, I should have kept recording. I'm like, Jackie, did you really just do that? Like, I was like, oh.
Jackie has a high falsetto in his first album from the 70s. That's what I realized that Jackie has a that's where you hear it.
Mm-hmm.
It's interesting. He doesn't like well now he does he shows off those vocals. I'm like, yo, Jackie.
Yeah, he belts out more now.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Wow.
I
And
know.
then
Carol did take over some of those high notes too, but I was like, yo, this show is really good. I'm here for it.
he got range too because I want to say on one of those Jackson 5 songs, he took it was like one of those quick parts, but I heard his voice and it was like, I would say regular, like his lower register, but then him and the other singer who takes like the high parts, him and Hayden, they did something like where they were singing like in falsetto, like the higher parts of everything.
Yeah. So that wait, what's the guy's name? That fourth member? You said Hayden?
Mm-hmm.
Hayden's a great compliment to the group. He
He
really
really is.
he seems so excited to be there and just so you could just tell he knows who he's dancing with.
He was doing the Michael footwork move at the very end.
I appreciated that because um I think this is my first time ever seeing someone that's not a Jackson on the stage with
Mm-hmm.
them. So I was like, oh, okay, I hope this is good. And I was like, it was actually great. Taro is a great addition. Now, don't get it twisted. You could tell Taro was struggling in some parts, um, in terms of his emotions, but I so get it. Like I understand. I think he's like an amazing person for being able to be on that stage when I'm sure he still sees and feels his father on stage. And sometimes your emotions get the best of you. um, I still go through that with my mom. She's been gone for almost 5 years now. Sometimes if I eat something, it triggers, or sometimes I still legitly still. So I get that. So I was like, he just lost his dad less than 2 months. He's on the stage, and I'm
Mm-hmm.
sure certain things were triggering. And I'm like, yo, shout out to Taro. I'm sure that was the hardest thing for him to do. So I was just like I still hope they're still touring, but I also hope they take a legit break, like a real break, you know,
Yeah, I'm
just
sure.
at least give him that grace to heal. Like I'm like, this just happened. So the fact that they went to the two shows, um, that was amazing. Like that must took a lot of that was a lot.
It was. I remember when he would do like he took lead on I'll Be There, and then he took Tito's lead now for Love One Another. He held it down like, but it was after the songs you would see him like start to kind of break down and stuff, like he would have to collect himself a bit, but like while he was singing and dancing and stuff, he was doing it like I couldn't, I honestly like couldn't tell, but that's just like that professionalism that's been embedded in them. And I just, like I said, I just appreciate them, you know, during this hard time, still wanting to connect with us and put on a show, and Terrell going back out there and still being with them and stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, I wasn't expecting for Taro to be part of the show, but then they were like, no, no, he's gonna come out. I love how Marlon introduced Taro. He was like, this is my nephew. Tito's son, like, and it was said with such pride.
Mm-hmm.
And, of course, I we know him from 3T, so I'm still dreaming for that 3T performance and meet and greet. I hope if I ever get to see Taro again, like, he'll be in better spirits. And in my heart, sincerely, like from the bottom of my heart, I'm so sorry for your loss and the things that you're going through right now. And hopefully, in time you'll be in a good headspace. But I appreciate that in spite of everything you're going through personally, that you said, you know what, I'm gonna represent my dad. I'm still gonna be doing this for the legacy. And it's just, I hope it's uphill from here because Taro had new music, and TJ. I just talk about like all the brothers' breakthroughs this year, and just you could just tell they were growing internally. You could hear it in their music, their happiness, and I was just
Mm-hmm.
like, wow. Now Tito died, so for those who were on the station head, that was a couple of days ago. My energy was heavy, but in honor of my mom, I always go keep moving because she has kept moving in tougher times. Like there's nothing better to have strong family members in your life, so what it looks like. And the Jacksons have shown so much strength, like
Mm-hmm.
throughout their whole career. It's just like you would never know like what they're going through because they still will put on a good show. It's just amazing. But in the same time, no, just make sure you're good. Make sure everything's good privately too.
Yeah. Like, I feel like, people, even just like siblings, they'll handle things differently. Like, some, they might take time off. Some might feel like, I'm going to take some time, but I'm also going to keep moving because, oh, I feel like that's what, you know, my dad would want me to do, or my mom would want me to do, to just to keep going and stuff. So I can see that with each of them. And I can tell, like, they might feel like, oh, I need to be strong. I need to be strong. But, like, nah, Jackson's, y'all human.
Yeah.
Y'all human. I love this part because Terrell had the bowler hat. Like, he made sure he brought Tito with him to do, like, the pose, like, this part.
Yes, I did notice that.
He was
I
like,
did. Like Taro's energy and how he is. Like, remember he was on YouTube when he was showing like he's cherished some of the things from the family. Like he gets the family history. And so, and I just love how how the 3T brothers are just so candid about their feelings, and they just seem like people like you can relate to, like really relate to. So
mm-hmm.
like like that would be something I would do. Like low key, I'm not gonna say what I wear at my mom's, but there's something I wear at my mom's every day, every single day. Like, and it's just like, or sometimes I will wear um her shirt. Like the other day I called Tori. I was upset that I messed up one of my mom's shirt and I scrubbed it till I got it back to what it was. Like I'm like, I get that. Like you're so proud to be your parents' offspring. So you'll wear their stuff, you'll show their stuff. Like you'll be like, no, like Melanie says, everyone's legacy matters. So it's one of those things like, yes, I'm proud, or if it's someone else who passed away, I'll wear something like, yes, I wear it with pride. So I was like, Tara, I get it. I so get it. And we saw you on the stage. He had that hat. He was like, yo, that's my dad. Oh,
He brought out the stand with the jacket and the hat. Like, he was the first Jackson to walk out there on that stage, and like everybody was like, screaming for him, showing him love in the audience.
yes.
Like, anytime he was highlighted in that show, he just received a lot of love. Like, the crowd was showing mad love for him.
No, the crowd in general, Ohio, y'all have my heart because y'all were giving me New York energy. Not no shade to New Jersey, but y'all like to sit too much. I was like, oh, we'll be back. We'll be back. I don't know if I soon, but we'll be back. Like the whole time, like Tori said, everybody's pretty much dancing or standing up. And I'm sure the people that weren't standing up, it's probably because they couldn't or they were tired. Because I was just like even though shoulder bops work, you know what I'm saying? Like it works, whatever works.
Yeah, it was um a lot of them were like a older crowd too, so I'm sure they were just enjoying it in their seat.
That's
But
why I was like, after what I've been through last year, I said, let me not bother people. Maybe they can't get up. Let me be nice. Like, but I was younger in my defense. Ignorance is bliss. So now I know. Like some people legitimately can't stand up. But the show was great. Unfortunately, you know, Tito not being there really sucked. But um
yeah,
I like just seeing two original members on stage with that level of energy confirms what makes that family so iconic.
yeah, they still made it happen. They still were able to make it work, and they made sure to keep him in there. Like I was wondering, I'm like, well, are they gonna keep love one another in there? And Marlon said, if Tito was here right now, he'd be like, it's Tito time, and he would go into love one another. And he was talking about sharing the message of change. So they said they're gonna keep that in there. Like they kept it in there, and he said his son Terrell is gonna take his part now. And I was like, oh my gosh. And they had the music video playing in the background and everything. It was special.
Yeah. So that's I would say for the most part the experience. I'm sure we'll come back to us in our closing thoughts, but I would say, and I'm now more than ever, if the Jacksons decide to come back and tour, and you have the money, rent's paid, kind of, and da da da, please go out and support. Like it's just such a value, and I mean, I don't only pretty much support the Jacksons, which is a lot because a lot of them, but I would say the Jacksons, and sometimes I do Chris Brown stuff. I don't really do too many artists in real life. First of all, the concerts have gotten obscenely expensive in the last 2 years, like to the point I was like, not I. Um, and also I support people that support their fans. And not surprisingly, but Chris Brown's definitely one of those people. I've met him. He's so cool. And the Jacksons. And some people I've met, I'm not gonna say your name because whatever. They're so mean. Like big artists. Like I said, we meet people in New York all the freaking time, and they're so freaking mean. And I'm like, why am I giving you money? Why am I taking hard-earned money for someone that can't even take the second to say hello to you? So or don't go to places that are popular. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, if you don't want to be recognized, go to the Upper East Side. No shade. Nobody knows who you are because it's like they have their own clique down there. But it'll be in places like 42nd Street. You're going to get recognized, or don't go to Soho. Soho is another place a lot of celebrities go. And it's like, if you don't want to be bothered, go to Fifth Avenue. Nobody's going to know you there. So, but anyway, so I'm not saying I'm done with celebrities, but I'm done going broke for people who don't even acknowledge you on any level. So at least I'm not shouting you out. You know who you are anyway.
Oh,
No, listen, I've had enough. So let's get into the merch.
oh shoot! Hold on. Ooh, where did I put? Oh, I was
Into
like, where did I put that shirt?
the merch. Okay, sorry, sis. I could have sworn I saw something about merch from this shit. You think I would have started this?
Oh, I know what you're talking about. I saw the
Right?
comment.
I did see it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, was the merch good? Thank you. I was like, I know, I just saw it. Do you want to? I'm so sorry about this circle thing. Like, I did it one time, thought it was cool, and I now need to uncircle it. How do you uncircle the circle thing?
Have to figure it out.
All right, I'm gonna put you on solo so you can show your.
Okay, so the first thing, 'cause I was looking at the records and stuff, in the sign stuff. I wasn't even looking at the prices and asking. I was just looking at stuff, and I was like, "Give me that one." So I was looking. I was like, "Oh my goodness!" Because this is, ooh, this is bright. This is a Going Places album. Wait, it's kind of symbolic because it got Man of War on here. That's cool. But
Right?
I have to angle it. But this is the Going Places album. And then up here, Jackie signed it. And then I don't know if you can see it, but Marlon signed it in silver. Let me see if I can. There it goes. He signed it right there in silver. And then the other one I saw. Oh, this was really on my wish list. Was the Get It Together vinyl. And this one, I feel like something told me to keep holding off for a reason for this moment. And they signed it too. So Marlon signed it up here, and then Jackie signed it down here. And then I think Jackie or Marlon signed the inside. Let me see. And this is the reason why it's my dream album, because y'all look at it. This is not just the album cover. Wait a minute. It slides out. It's the picture. Oh, Marlon signed it in the inside. And then I think this was the new pressing of this.
Okay.
So it has red records, but I almost got the repressing of it, like the re-release. But I held off once again. I held off, and I'm like, maybe this is why. But they had other ones there. They had one last thing there that was signed by Tito, and that was, I think it was the Jackson's Live vinyl. I should have checked and went back to see if they had like his albums or something, because I really am in need of the Tito Time album, but I didn't. So hopefully I have another chance. And then they had shirts, and I love this one because it's like, I've been in a baseball mood lately. It has that baseball shirt feel, when I was thinking of Tito and stuff, his love for baseball and 3T. So it says the Jackson 5, and then it has the Jacksons on the back. So I felt like if I had to get one shirt, this is the one I would get, because it covers the Jackson 5 and then the Jacksons. And then they gave us these roses. I think it was supposed to be for when I'll Be There was on.
Yeah, we failed. We did not follow the assignment.
I was grabbing mine, but then I didn't see nobody grabbing it. And so I just like, okay, well, never mind. It lights up. Let me see if I can. Flash warning, by the way, y'all.
Looked around. I'm weak. She's like, nobody else doing it.
Flash warning, you guys. Just giving you a fair warning. But there it goes. It lights up. It's supposed to light up. But yeah. Yeah, that's what I got. I love the shirt.
Oh wow, that's awesome.
Listen, Marlon does have nice handwriting. They both do. I like the way Jermaine signs the autograph. He put a little smiley face in the J's.
Right? So so because Tori got the 2 albums, which came out to $300, I didn't have to spend any money. She had 2 passes. Thank you, Tori, by the way. So I just bought 2 t-shirts. Y'all know I love me a good t-shirt. I forgot which fan brought this shirt, but they brought this shirt. I have to get this one. So it says "Shake Your Body." Can y'all see that? There we go.
She could put it down.
And then in the back it says Jackson 5. And then I love this one. Well, I love them both, but this has more of that retro feel.
Oh, I didn't realize that it. Oh,
this one actually has like. Oh, of course, I don't have a light there. It actually says the Jacksons, like the old school kind of thing. So that's all I got. Because I was like, well, if Tori If I don't have to spend 175, we're good. Like, we're
Yeah,
good.
because like the guy, because they were advertising it's like, oh, if you spend 300, you get two. But I'm like, wait a minute, I and then they were verbalizing that you could spend 175 and get one, and I was like, well, I'm one individual that just made purchases for the price of two, so that means technically I get two passes. So I did the math and I said, Trish, I got you.
Oh, I did want to do the Stevie thing. Stevie, somebody I would support. Because I'm like, yeah, like, we don't come from money. And if I can't even get, like, you appreciating your fans, like, yo, be well. Especially when most artists don't even make money off of music anymore. You make money off of meet and greets and tickets. You would think people would be smart enough to be a smidgen nicer. Even if you're not nice, fake it. Like, don't make people feel bad they met you.
Yeah.
I have to I have met them and I got signed merch. I think that's the best part of this. So it's like, oh, I actually get something. You signed it, and I get to meet you. Heck yeah, heck
Yo,
yeah. I will be back. I will
it
be back.
will.
That is such an affordable bargain. Now, granted, the recession, I mean, the economy sucks. But, again, we just cut back on our food spending, and that's where we find our money. So, so I like I said, I don't know like everyone's budget. I just know, um, before Uber Eats, I used to spend a lot of money. I used to drink a lot, y'all. So I used to spend money on stuff like that. So I don't do that no more. I used to go to a lot of clubs. Go to the clubs, like your nails done, outfits. I don't do any of that anymore. So I'm like, there's like money there now to do stuff like this. And we don't travel a lot. It looks like we do, but we don't. So I'm like, no. Like I said, next year, it may not be so many flights, my miles. We have one flight each on JetBlue and Delta. So I'm like, no, bring it about. Or cheap flights, but mm-mm. um let's show. Remember, do you have the picture? Remember,
The
we'll send it
signed one?
towards the end because that actually is part of the presentation. So here's
Okay.
some of the merch, just in case you guys want to see the rest. I didn't get as many pictures. Wait, oh wait, a lot of stuff is missing.
What's
Well,
missing?
the rest of it. Hold on, let me see something. No, it's coming up. All right. So shout out to the familiar faces. We saw Ron Pia, Jenny, Haley, oh, and Joanna, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So it was just cool seeing familiar faces. I'd never met Haley in person, but she was like, "Oh, she was saying like what video, but Tori knew her, so we were
Mm-hmm.
with her for a while, and Jay, we actually saw her at King of Popcorn in August. Because it's funny,
Yeah.
oh, you look familiar. And she goes, oh, is it King of Popcorn? I'm like, yes. And I remember she was in my footage. She was behind somebody that I was taping. So I was like, I'm so glad I do vlogs. It helps me remember people a little bit better. So
Yeah.
yes, it's a very intimate venue, and I felt like that's what made it so special. I prefer the smaller venues. Like, we don't get this. Well, I mean, I had a good experience at the Apollo because I was dead in the front. But like other venues, no, you don't get like, they were reaching over me and Tori was running towards the stage. Maybe I should show that. That was funny.
Wait, did you
Oh
record me running?
no, I recorded me running, and it just looks so chaotic the way everything happened. I was like, bruh. But there's the meet and greet. I hope they don't change this, because then it's like you're never gonna see a meet and greet that cheap, like, ever. Plus, you get merch.
Yes. Oh
I
my
know
gosh.
Ewan McGregor, he was about 240, and that doesn't even include the cost to get into Comic Con. So, like, I was like, what? I mean, I get it. Like a lot of people are not into Star Wars, but I am. So there's that. There's the free roses. The free roses with purchase, by the way. If I had money, I would have got more. But the t-shirts were averaging what, $35, right?
You know, I'm not even gonna lie to you. Like I said, I wasn't even looking at the prices when these two albums
Yeah.
were added together, and they told me the price. I was like, oh, okay, and I was like, might as well throw on a shirt.
You know what I wanted? I wanted this guitar. There's one that was signed by Tito and Ron Pia has it.
Wait, go back to his picture.
Right here.
Oh, that one, that little one.
Oh
my god.
There is another one or two signed by Tito, but I'm not gonna tell y'all where it is because if I find the money, I'm getting one. So better Google because I'm not disclosing that.
I was not expecting to see like that many people that we knew there. Like seeing Ron be everywhere. I'm gonna be honest. So Ron was there. I was like, Ron. He was the first one I saw. No, the first one we saw was Jenny, and that was my first time getting to meet her in person because I know her from Twitter. Like she's been in the fan base for a long time. Like met Michael and everything. And I always like reading her stories on there. But then after we saw Ron, I see this girl, you know, with the white off the wall shirt. I didn't even pay attention. I just said, I like your shirt. And then she said, wait, I know you. And I was like, wait, hey. And then Joanna, I said, King of Popcorn. Like it was crazy. I did not.
Joanna was the funniest when I saw her. I said, I saw her and then I tilt my head. I go, you look familiar. So it's like, and that's how these things kind of really go. I mean, I don't remember every single body that I go to events, especially if it's like, you know, Thriller nights. That's a lot of freaking people in real life, or even this is Thriller. That was a lot of people too. But sometimes people are in the background of something, and because I edit my own stuff, that's how I remember things. Sometimes I'll be like, wait, she's in one of my edits. So that was cool seeing somebody that we literally just saw a few weeks ago. I was like, I wasn't expecting that because I'm like, Ohio, like what fans are going to be there that we know? And I think I was like, oh, Jenny, I know her from the Taj videos. So I was just like, oh, that's so cool. Like you're finally like meeting someone you see online. So, you know, I'm here for it.
It was super cool. That just goes to show you. I feel like I'm not sure exactly where the other three are from, but I feel like they traveled to be there in some way, and I kind of feel like we all were in that mindset, like because with me,
we're not gonna let this happen again. We're just gonna support and go.
Yeah, and I was like kicking myself real bad. I was like, you know, they lost their brother. Like, I don't know if they'll be. I know, like, you know, like God forbid or anything like that. But if I was ever in that place, I wouldn't be able to. I would just be like, I'm gonna take a break and I'm gonna come back if I'm ever ready.
Yeah.
And so I was just kind of in that limbo space, like, oh, would they come back? And I was expecting them to maybe come back next year if they did, but I was like, yo, they're still going? I gotta go.
Yes. Shout out to Teresa. Teresa was the one who said in a live, like 2 or 3 lives ago, she's like, those shows are still going. And I was just like, really?
I didn't even put 2 and 2 together.
Yeah, like for me, that was the first scene. And of course, the Jacksons confirmed it. And I'm like, oh, that's so cool. Because I wasn't expecting that. And then just to know, like a few days later, they had to like say goodbye. And I mean, I can't imagine. Like, I'm like, my hats to just the whole family. Because the way they were still kind and interactive with us. but in the back of the mind, I'm sure they were probably checking off things they need to do for that Monday, you know? And
Yeah.
I'm just like, that's what that that type of strength is, you know, I mean, I've been in those situations, but it's hard. It's even harder when you could see someone looking like everything's good, but I'd be like, let me tell you, there are a lot of thoughts going on. And your goal is not to have anybody in the crossfire of that, you know, like so only one time I've been through something really bad and I just could not get it together. And somebody's like, oh, Trisha, so me. And somebody said, blah, 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 just died. Leave her alone. And then that's when people started being nicer to me at work because it's just like some of my coworkers, I love them, but dang, bro, like be kind, man. You don't know what people are going through. If someone's mean in general, either they're miserable or they're going through something. So if someone's miserable, just get out that energy. Or if they're going through something, get out that energy. In other words, be kind and don't take it personal. That's I'm like, you just don't know what people are going through privately, publicly, whatever. So no, the Jacksons were just super, super sweet. Like super sweet. Marlon was being a clown though. Remember the part they were doing the Tito tribute and he said the wrong word.
No, it was Jackie.
No,
It was
no,
Jackie
no,
getting
Marlon,
it.
no, no, Marlon goes, can we take a 20-minute
Moment
moment?
of silence.
And then Jackie goes, 20 minutes. And he goes, like Marlon was just being such a clown.
He said, because like when he said 20 minutes, I was like, wait. And I was like, oh, he means 20 seconds. And then Jackie said, 20 seconds. He said, I'm sorry, y'all. And he was just saying like his mind was on, his dad and his two brothers. Um, and then after that, they did the tribute video, right?
Yes. That was a little sad. That was like, oh man. Because
Yeah.
Joe was in there, Michael and Tito.
And they had the nerve to put Gone Too Soon on that. Like, Lord Jesus.
Yes. Like, no, what are we doing? Everybody sat down on there. That part, everybody was like silent, quiet, quiet, quiet.
Yeah.
As they should. Oh. Yes, he said 20 minutes. I'm weak.
Oh, Marlon. Jackie said, sorry to interrupt, but that don't sound right. And then he was getting him. No, the part that got me initially, Marlon came out clowning. He said, I don't know why they got these fans up here. He said, these fans is they drying on my vocal cords. I gotta sing tonight. He's like, I don't even know who brought
Yes,
them out here.
how could I forget that? I thought Marlon was going to kick the Vince off the stage. He was so happy. He was like, put the fans up here. I was
And then Jackie said, hey Marlon, we gotta switch mics. He said, you got the wrong mic.
That's the part I put some of that up today because I was like, that is kind of funny.
And then the part that you put up moments later, he said, Marlon, actually, they said we gotta switch back.
Yes. He said, what are we playing? Musical mics? And you're not expecting this. I mean, we saw the first show without Tito when we were in Cali. That was so emotional. We had it turned off because I was like, I'm about to cry. We outside. That was a whole different level of emotion. So we're thinking we're going to have that kind of energy in ours. And like I said, there were moments you could just tell it got a little tough, but it was, Marlon was more in comedic mode this time. And I was just like, it was a lot more lighthearted, which I honestly appreciated. Because I was like, bruh, like to see like the streaming one, I was like, oh, this is deep.
Yeah, because we were getting ready for the Tito time at the Hollywood Star thing. The tribute we were doing in Hollywood for him. And was it Shelly was playing it on her phone because I think it was Ron P is live. He was there and he was going live, and we were watching it, and then we saw the guitar and the Tito's jacket and hat that in place of him, where he used to stand on the stage. I was like, man. and it was just emotional. I was like, oh man.
You know, it's crazy. Honey was actually at that show.
Hmm.
I'm gonna incorporate some of that footage in there, but I was just like, I didn't have to. I'm still going through my own footage, but maybe we'll see that show in the future. But I was just like, so Honey did go to the Atlantic City show. She was the only sister who got to go to that one. She said that was insanely emotional. So I was like, I couldn't imagine. I was like, no. I was like, I
Ooh.
remember when Tito passed away, man. I ain't gonna lie, I wasn't good. I just really wasn't good. Like literally, my first thought was, "Oh my God, his sons!" Like literally,
And
and and like literally on live, I started crying because I was like, "Yo, that is crazy." You know, so just like you're initially sad the person died, and then like you're like, "Wait a minute, you got kids." I mean, granted,
yeah,
you know, they're not kids per se, but we're all kids no matter what age we are. Does that make sense? Like your parents are always gonna like if you have the kind of parents I had, they will still treat you like a toddler because you're still their kid, if that makes any sense. So I was like, Lord, I remember one time my mama asked me, this is like very recently before she died. She goes, how did you book your flight? And I said, Mom, one, I'm not 12. And two, you know what I mean? Like this time I went on like a zillion trips with these girls already. So I said, Mommy, do you think they book my flights? Are you being serious? Like, but I get it. She sees me as a kid still. I'm like, Mom, no one
same.
booked my flights but me. So, you know, I was just like, I get it. Like, you still see me as a kid. You know, not all parents do. Like all my
Yes.
cousins. No, I
Especially the black parents. Ooh, Lord.
like they will still tell you, "Oh, you need a tissue? Do you need this? You need that?" I'm like, "What? I'm paying my rent. I've been on my own for like decades now. What's going on?" But then, like, you know what? Let them have this moment. They still see you as kids because
Yeah.
you are. I remember I was eyeing this jacket. I don't know if Jenny got it, but I was eyeing that jacket. I was
I
eyeing.
remember they were selling those on the website. I wanted that black and red one so bad. Oh my goodness.
And just think about it. Let's say you always wanted that jacket. Jacket $200. Now you get a meet and greet for free. Does
And
that
that's
make
all you
sense?
had to get. Yeah.
Does that make sense? Because hopefully if there's more shows and if they do this package, because every city's different. I know in Europe, I think it's a whole different ball game. So this is not a one. This is not a. This is like for every show. This is just something new to me. Because when me and my mom saw the Jacksons, I'm gonna say about 9 years ago, 10 years ago. That was a separate package. Period. You had to pay for it. No merch. Um, you know, so I was like, "Oh, this is cool. You get merch and you get to see. I'm here for it."
Oh.
Oh, she didn't get it.
I thought you got it. I was like, oh shit.
Oh. If I didn't have, I have one more trip to hopefully attend. If I didn't have any more places to go, maybe. But I was like, nah. I still have to come up with $515. Please. Hint, hint. Yeah, this is the merch from afar. Oh, wait, before we get into this meet and greet, hold on. This is, you think I would have had this queued up?
Uh-oh.
Shoot, shoot, shoot. Forgive me. It was one of those days. Like, I had a bad day that thank God turned out to be a great day, but still. uh, how do you find it? File, iCloud. There we go. I got a little clip. We don't have as many clips as we did for Tori's one because I was like, I didn't even finish my vlog yet. um, shoot.
2 signed albums. I should have looked at more what other music they had. I was dang.
Oh, they had that book. Remember the legacy book?
Yes, y'all. If y'all want the Jackson's Legacy book, they have it there because it's out of print. Like, so you have to buy it used, like from eBay, Amazon, or something. And the sellers hike that price up because it's like now it's rare. And um, they not only had it there, they had multiple copies of it, and they had it signed by Marlon and Jackie.
Mm-hmm.
So
I was like, I was going to get it, but I was like, no, I actually have the book, and I did have things signed throughout the years from them. Like the last thing I had from Tito that was signed was one of his CDs. So I was like, no, again, money being the main issue. I was like, well, I'm just glad to be here. I'm glad I got the meet and greet. Like, let's just be grateful that we're here,
yeah.
Because I was like, that's where you get in trouble. That daggone merch.
Yeah.
Like when I do Comic-Con, I don't spend more than $30 in merch because I'm like, well, I just gave the artist or whatever the venue close to $300 to $400 just to meet it. There ain't no money to give you. We're done. All right, so let me share my screen. This is the meet and greet line. I was inspired. Ohio, you did not disappoint. And anyway, you're amazing. All right, so this is the meet and greet line. This is all the people that are here to see the Jacksons for meet and greet. Everybody got the assignment. Oh, hold on. Now, keep in mind, these people are here for that line too. So let's go back just a little bit. So you see one line, right? But these people in the back are part of that line. I was like, oh, and then like you get this little laminated thing and like a number on it, but we'll break it down in a second. For meet and greet. Everybody got the assignment in Cincinnati. Show love, support.
Yeah.
Get your packages.
Oh, there's me.
When he came as Michael. You got that. You got that. All this for meet and greet. This is real love right here. All meet and greet. I'm still walking, y'all. All meet and greet. Look at all these fans. And this wasn't even. Oh my gosh! Look at all these. I'm sorry. This is awesome. Wow. People are still buying merch. This is what I'm talking about. The legendary, iconic, the Jacksons. Everybody got the assignment today. Man, that was awesome.
It was. I
was
like,
awesome.
That line was long. I was like, oh snap. And I was trying not to be in the beginning, but in a way I kind of was up there.
Yo, we were talking about this when we got home. I don't remember distinguished smell.
I always hear that. Like they'll have the Jacksons, they love their fragrances, colognes, perfumes and stuff. But I don't remember like a specific cologne or anything like that. It was all a blur for me.
No, stuff like so listen, I have this weird thing where I like to sniff people. I have my reasons. So if it no, it's not no weird stuff. It's just me being extra, just so I'm like, no, if something like that stands out, I will pick up on it. I'm like,
okay.
I'm just one of those people. I just like to sniff people. It's just weird, but okay. I hope you get to meet them. Like, we don't know what their plans are for the future. I believe the last two shows they did were shows that were in the making when Tito was alive. So, like I said, this is a great time to one, grieve, two, just be present with the family, holidays, things like that. And no matter what they decide to do or not do, we're going to support in any way we can, whether it's stream their music, whatever we can do. I don't know. That's a great question. So the last concert I saw was the one with my mom, and we're talking like almost 10 years ago. That was the first time we saw the Jacksons perform without Jermaine. And it was an inside joke, and maybe one day I'll release the whole footage. But we kept saying, Jermaine, where are you? Where are you? Jermaine never said why he stopped performing. I know Randy has said he kind of like retired from the whole performing thing. Doesn't mean we'll never see Randy again, but at least Randy has said it. That's where his heart is right now. But Jermaine just one day, just so I mean, I hope everything's good. Or maybe he just got tired. And again, you don't want nobody to do something they don't want to do, because then you get the stinky attitudes. You know, we want you to be there. If you don't want to go for personal reasons, medical reasons, whatever, we respect that, because there's nothing worse meeting a celebrity and their stink. It is like the worst feeling ever. Again, never had an issue with the Jacksons, but I've had it with other celebrities, and I'm like, I low key do not like you at all. Like, you're just rude. Like, so I'm like, I just, but we don't know the backstory to Jermaine at all. He hasn't performed with them for almost 10 years now. I think my mom and I saw them in 2016, 2017. That's the last time. No, actually, I couldn't even tell you the last time I saw Jermaine on the stage, now that I'm looking back. But they even had official merch. It was the three brothers on it. I said, oh, Jermaine coming back if you got official merch. So I don't know. Yeah, it was amazing. Good vibe. Like, nobody was acting stink. It was just like, y'all, Ohio, y'all represented. Baby Bad, I never smelled that. Oh, I forgot.
I can't remember which scent it was, but y'all know Scarlett, she loves her scents. I forgot which one it was, but she said that she heard one of them. So they have like the fresh, like the wet smell when you first spray it on, and then when it dries, the scent kind of changes. It has the dry scent. So I think they said one of the ones, like when it dried, it kind of smells like baby powder. And I heard like one of the girls who got to go on stage for You Were Not Alone, she said like when she hugged him, he smelled like baby powder. I gotta ask her which one it was
I
though.
don't know if it was MJ Fangirl, but I think one time she actually like showed a perfume that he actually used. I might be wrong, but I think she was the girl. So I was like, oh, I wish I met Michael. I already told you, Michael's my soulmate. I'd have been like, what you doing? You doing the Nintendo Day Switch? What we doing today?
I feel like he would be the only person that would be childish in a good way. You childish.
No,
Like, you want to go play hide and go seek?
no, I know when to turn on and off, but I feel like the more comfortable I am around people, the more you'll see like I am like a legit big kid. But of course, you're adult. You don't want people to think you need medication and stuff. So it's usually off most of the time. But like when I'm around my cousin's kids, like I get to just be myself, like I don't know, like I don't understand adulthood still. Like I'm like legitly considered oldish, and I still don't get adulthood. I'd be like, are y'all really like this, like being serious for real, or did your inner child die or something? Like I still get excited for Christmas and see new things, and I don't know, but and I've had a tough life, like, so I can't say sometimes life changes you. I said maybe because I don't have kids, maybe that's why I'm still in tune with. I don't know. But my mom had kids, and she has the same energy, actually, or had the same energy. So I don't know. Like I said, well, maybe I'm just different. I don't know. But I get excited when I see you guys. I get excited when we fly places. I get excited when something special happens. Like I don't know. I just feel like people just get so jaded somewhere. I'm like, what causes that? Because I literally lost like most of my family, like legitly. So I'm like, no, I've been through a lot of stuff. So it can't be that. It just, I don't know. Maybe just people feel like I'm going to be an adult, so people think I'm a certain way. And I'm like, all right, good luck with that. I have a fun. I enjoy my life.
I like having fun.
I do too. I was like, child. I mean, of course you gotta be serious sometimes, but I'm Team Marlon. Have fun, laugh, giggle, body roll.
Yes.
If I'm not mistaken, that was actually something they mentioned. That was September 10th, 2001, correct? When it was all of them, all six.
Which one?
The last time they performed all together. No, I mean, this person didn't say Michael, but
Randy had to be 2001.
No, it might be something more recent. I might be wrong, but someone said on one of these Jackson's tours, Jermaine's still there. He did get on the stage. I don't know if he performed though. I don't know if he performed, but there was one show Randy just popped up.
Randy,
Yeah, this is a while back. He popped
wait.
up, and I'm like,
At
but
least Randy Q get on the keys. Get on the bar. You ain't gotta dance or nothing. You can honestly just get on a stool and just just be
oh,
because he's insanely talented. I'm like, man, he
but
said
to do this like for decades, like maybe he's over it.
but oh my goodness. He was like I would say he's one of the Jacksons that played the most instruments. And when I tell you, like watching the victory tour, you see it. He's on the keys 1 minute, and then he runs to the mic and he's dancing. Next minute he on the bongo, like he's doing all different. He played at least, I'll say 3 different instruments on that tour.
Wow.
And he said that he just likes to be in the background, like he just likes to be behind the scenes. I'm like, okay, Randy, okay.
I mean, I personally would love to see Randy on this. Well, actually, let's put it on our wish list for 2025. I would love to see all 4 of the remaining brothers back on stage. But again, don't be there if you don't want to be there. But if you want to come back, we want to see that. And you know, like me and Tori will travel again if we have to. I would love to see that.
I do it. Just let me know. Just let me know.
I've never seen Randy on stage ever, ever. But
It's
but I respect where people are in their life, and I'm like, I'm not gonna be like, well, come and do it for the fans. No, do it for yourself. If you want to be on that stage, then we'll be happy to welcome you. If that makes any sense. Because I'm like, let's say you work for Disney for like 2 decades or more. You might hit Mickey Mouse by the end of like year 20. Like, like they've been doing this for like minimum 5 decades. So if you don't want to do it, I get it. I'm just so glad that some of them still want to do it. So Lena wants the mayhem of everybody coming to the stage. I'm gonna cue that up in a second. But
oh
Tori,
god.
talk about your meet and greet experience. Like,
First of all, I was nervous, like heart pounding. And the way they give you the lanyard and they give you a number. And I was thinking maybe like the number didn't matter. Maybe it was just like to keep tabs on how many people got the meet and greet. But no, they literally it was like a mass of people and they made us line up. Who's 1? Who's 2? Who's 3? So I was number 18. And you were number 19. So she was right behind me because she got her lanyard right after me. So I hate going first, but I went first and it was okay because I had a really good experience. I don't know. It felt like I think his name was Lenny, the one taking the pictures. Is that Lenny? He was like, "You came all this way." I'm like, "Did he? How you know I came all this way?" I thought you had told him something, but then you said, "Oh yeah, she took 3 planes to get here." And in the video, I think he heard trains. He said, "All right, 3 trains. Go ahead and tell him your story and make it quick," because it is a quick interaction. But you got to go up and hug them or shake their hand. I went up to Marlon and I feel so bad watching the footage back. I didn't even see Jackie with his arms out open first. And then he kept them out until I turned to him and I gave him a hug and he gave me like one of those like a fatherly hug. And then I was telling him, I was like, "Oh my goodness, it's so nice to see you again," because I got to see him last year at the birthday event. And side note, this is another one of those things where it was a lot of commotion going on, so it was kind of like a little stressful trying to get everybody, because he had his kids there, like the twin
yeah,
boys. Brandy was also there. The wait, no, Siggy wasn't there. I think Siggy was gone. So Siggy and his family wasn't there, but his wife Emily was there, and they were trying to cake and cupcakes and stuff, but everybody was trying to get pictures, and then we all lined up. And that one, you literally like, he said hi, how you doing, and then you just go. You just go. But it was really nice picture. Love the lighting, but I was like, next time I want to do over. I want to be able to like at least have some more like interaction. So I got to do over with Jackie, and then Trish, I'm literally like nervous but when I walked up, Marlon saw the study piece hat. He said, "Come on over here, Miss Study Piece." I was like, ah! And then afterwards, I almost forgot the shirt. And I always said that if the very first time I go to a Jackson show, I'm gonna wear my study piece hat and then some sort of Marlon shirt. So I was gonna wear my study piece shirt, but then I was like, wait, I need to make a Body Roll King shirt because he has to know that he is the Body Roll King, right? So,
Heck yeah.
Trish is like, show him the shirt, show him the shirt. Then Lenny catches on. He's like, yeah, show him the shirt, show him the shirt. And I love the way he was interacting with us too. Everybody was so nice. So I was like, oh, I was like, you're the Body Roll King. And then he starts laughing. Jackie's cackling. And then, we take the pictures. It's a fast interaction, but it was perfect because I was like frantic, like, what am I going to say? What am I going to do? Da, da, da. But it just kind of formulated itself. It just happened in the way that it was supposed to. Trish, you want to talk about your shenanigans?
Honest, this is the first time I really interacted with Jackie and Marlon ever. So I've always been interacting with Jermaine and Tito. Jermaine has a really good memory, like kind of how Prince has a really good memory. So Jermaine would be like, "Yo, I know this one."
Oh,
and no, but he was always cracking jokes. Like he was, like, I don't know. He was just always he was the one brother that always seemed to remember me. And so Tito, I think Tito started realizing who I was once I went to New York. And he came to New York and I was just like by myself. It was me, Dr. Randy, and some other people. But that was like my one of my favorite memories with Tito. So basically, I mean, I'm not sure if Marlon or Jackie ever, recognized me ever, but I mean, it was always good interaction. So this is the first time like I really said something. And of course, me being silly, I said, if you get the silly side of me, you got my real personality. Like I'm just like, and for some reason, if nothing else, I'm gonna get that footage out in a second. Because
did I send it to you? Oh, you got your own, don't you?
I have my own with you, and then I have Jay's footage that she got of me. I can't find my own footage of my own stuff, but I'll just get it out to make it easy. But that was like, and I'm like, it took me like 5-6 times to meet them to actually say something, but it was really, really, I was just so proud of them. The show was just really electrifying. At this, it was just my probably my very, very best, my favorite show was the Apollo, and then this has to be my second favorite. This was really, again, I mean, it's absolutely sucks Tito's not there. Let's talk about the elephant in the room, but it was just like the energy. The energy was just like, yo, these dudes legitly still got it. Like,
yes,
like Jack. When I say Jackie brought it, because usually, like I said, Marlon be like the dancing is the one. Jackie was like, "What, little dude? I got you." Like Jackie brought it. Like I was like, "Oh, I see you, Jackie. I see you."
Yo, so it was Jackie, it was Marlon, and it was Michael. Those were the dance. That was the dancing trio. They would choreograph the stuff for the Jacksons and stuff. So you had the two dancers up there on that stage, just dancing their butts off. And then they had Terrell dancing. They had Hayden doing the Michael moves and stuff. We got to talk about that part. We got to talk about that part. That was so cool.
I was like, "Ooh, ooh, ooh." Let me see if I can find the footage. I was like, I'm so glad I did it because I was just like, I'm legitly nervous when I meet them. My biggest fear is to pull a Trish, like, how you doing, pissing people off again. Like you just say you learn from the other meet and greets. Like, chill out. But this, like you said, Tori, it was organic. You felt comfortable talking and interacting with them, and because I you never know what to say. I definitely didn't want to say I'm sorry for your loss. Like I did not want to say nothing like that. But by the way, we are sorry for your loss. Like I'm like as much as I wanted to say, I'm like, well, I'm not gonna say that.
All I could say was I went to Marlon and I was like, I love you so much. Oh. You could hear it in the footage. But then I went to Jackie and I said, oh, it's so nice to see you again. Then I kept saying like, oh, it's a dream come true.
But I'm like, I was happy for you because I'm like, I know that feeling. And honestly, like, even though I met them several times, like, I legitimately get so excited to see them every freaking time. Like, I never take that for granted. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, they don't know us, but you just don't want to say, like, I don't know. I never know what to say half the time, to be honest. But I'm like, finally, I know what to say.
I was like practicing in my head. I had something to say, but then I'm glad it went the way it did instead. Next time, whenever I get the chance to see them again, I would love to be able to say more, like say what I wanted to say,
All right, y'all, we're going to replay Tori's moment, meeting the Jacksons for the first time. Notice, let me cue this out. Notice Janet's in the background, y'all. Janet is literally the big old poster. Y'all see it?
Yes. I didn't realize it until after I looked. That's how nervous I was. I was like, wait, it's so bad because in my subconscious, I'm like, wait, I recognize, because all I saw in the picture was the belly button and like, I'm like, I recognize the belly button in the jeans. That's how much I love Janet. But then I was like, wait a minute. I looked at the footage. I'm like, Janet was there. They picked the perfect spot. They right by their sister.
So cool. I'm like, wait, Janet's there. All right, y'all. Tori meeting. Well, actually, me and Tori, because I have both of us up here. Let's go.
Come this far. You ready? You ready for this?
She took 3 planes to get here. 3 planes.
Here we go. 3 trains. Tell them your story. Make it quick.
You got to show them the shirt, though. Show Marlon the shirt.
Show Marlon the shirt.
Look what she titled you.
Count it down. 3, 2, 1. Four more. Let's get 4 more. No. How about we ready to take them out? Are you two together? Yeah. Okay, well, you gotta go
together. Brandy was giving out pictures, and then we're like, wait a minute, we know you.
Yes, because Jenny was like, Brandy's up there. I said, Brandy up there? And I'm looking. Lord, they had her work. They put her to work handing out pictures.
You still have the picture?
Yes, I have it. Actually, and it was also bittersweet because, you framed yours.
Yeah, because mine got a little crushed on the way bringing it home. So I said, oh, heck no.
I put mine in one of the records, like I think in the gatefold. So that it was laying flat. But they gave this to us when we walked away, like,
which is so cool. So let's say you're like me and you didn't get signed merch, because it wasn't cheap. At least you got that. Like I don't know if Tori overheard some of the workers, but some of the workers at the casino, the Jacksons, were gracious enough to give them take a picture with them. And you overheard it, right? And I'm like, that's those are the things that people don't. get like sometimes celebrities like, no, you have to pay. The Jacksons are not like that. Like if they can give back in any kind of way, they will. I think the fact that they give you merch / a picture, I'm like, that's like a 2-for-1er, like, bro. Um, right? I agree. Like you see the joy, like she was living her best life. So
Yo, oh my God, when I tell you, no, like I'm so for real. Like I remember, I don't know, something when that around my 14th birthday, it was like a shift, a shift.
oh, I
And
wanted to see them my whole life. I wanted to. There's just something about this family I feel so connected to. And I'm like, I think that's why I'm grateful. Like anytime I get to be at the house or talk to them, and I'm just like, I mean, we're all people at the end of the day. We bleed, we cry, we laugh, whatever. But I think like because they've been through so much with the media, just like not been given their proper status and real legacy, I just feel like you guys go through so much and you're still so sweet.
mm-hmm.
You don't know who you are privately, but you know, you see how like other celebrities are, and they be acting entitled and da 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 and cocky, and I'm like, they don't do that. Yeah, they had a very warm energy.
Like it felt like really welcoming and nice. And then watching the footage back, like you definitely could feel it. Cause
Yeah,
like I tell you, it was like a blur. But that's why I'm glad we were able to record so that I could like,
which
see,
is the
remember it.
first time I got to do that. So okay, I said the second time. So the first time that I got to record the Jacksons with us, I had to get permission. That was something that was set up. Like there were steps into that.
Mm-hmm.
This was like, hey. So I like thank you for bringing it up. That wasn't something that I got to experience until now. So if you ever see my meet and greets, you'll see me trying to sneak footage, but it's never like that. Thank you for bringing it up, Tori. I totally forgot. Like that was a huge upgrade.
I wish I had that for Janet, although I do know her photographer, Mr. Solomon. Mr. Solomon, I had my focus on that lady when I was talking to Janet, only looking at Janet because I'm like, don't get off track, girl. I see from my peripheral a phone in Mr. Solomon's hand, and as soon as I start talking, he zooms in. Have you got that footage, Mr. Solomon? You know, I would love to see it. I don't know what's supposed to be in the documentary, the docuseries, or what. But I'm glad like I was able to have this. And then I didn't even know Joanna was like recording. So I had two different perspectives. So when you stopped recording, she was still going. So I got to see the end of it. And at the end of it, I was like, thank you guys so much. And then Marlon was like, thank you. And I was like, y'all thanking me? Like it's crazy.
Yes. And I'm like, you don't have to like from start to finish, it was just warm and welcoming.
Mm-hmm.
And like I finally got the courage to say something more than hi, because all I say is hi. Like this is really think about it, y'all. If you look at Marlon and Michael doing the body roll together, Marlon actually does it better. Yes.
Okay, John about to get. Oh, don't tell the Moonwalkers that. Lord, he gonna get them.
But you're not. Is he capping? Is he capping? That's straight facts.
I don't think so, because, like, Cheryl said it earlier in the chat. Marlon was doing a little roll back in the Jackson 5 days. Like, that video where there was it was a Jackson 5 concert, and Mike was like, "Are you ready for Marlon? Are you ready for Marlon?" He had like the smooth moves, like it looked like he was just gliding on the stage.
Yes.
He's just a little boy, and he had the moves in. So, oh Lord, don't tell the Moonwalkers that they would.
I know they will straight like literally. Oh my God, you're canceled. I'm like, come on. I love the Jackson family, which means they all get love. Every single one of them.
That part.
Tori, not more nervous than I was. I smiled, grabbed back my camera, and walked away. I said nothing. Yes, I'm with you. I usually say close to nothing. All I could think about after was, you probably thought I'm weak. I'm
Um,
I didn't
oh
think
my goodness. No, when I had made I made these stickers for when we were doing the Tito celebration at the Star, and I made more than the amount of people that came out. So I had extras, and I was like, well, why don't I just bring them to the show? You know, since I'm going. So I handed a few of them out, and then I was able to give a little stack of them to Brandy, and I was like, oh, are you able to give it to them and stuff? And literally, when I was pulling it out, I said, "Oh, girl, I'm like, my hand is shaking. I'm so nervous still." Like, this was after. And then I asked her, I was like, "Oh, can I get a selfie?" My hand was shaking. I got one good clear picture out of the other two was just blurry because I was a mess.
that's awesome though, because it's like you did better than me. Because I'm telling you, when I said Tito was so done with me, and it's
um,
funny. Of course, he didn't say nothing bad, but his energy was like you could just tell that it was like a fly around his ear. Like, yo, stop. And that's when the cousin was like, "That's when the cousin was like, we're gonna save you, cousin. We got this."
oh my
Then
god.
that's another thing. Like, if you pull a Trisha and you do annoy a Jackson, please don't be that crybaby. Like, oh my God, if you have to take ownership to what role you play in life to some of your insanity. At least I knew in real time, I'm the problem. It's me, and I didn't get upset. I wasn't like, oh my God. I knew my energy was all over the place, and I just could not get it together. So I'm glad, Tori, you aced it. You aced it.
I had to learn from you. Like, when I tell you, I learned from Trish watching her videos and stuff. Or I think she did one on like meet and greet etiquette, or like meeting. It was like one of her old videos, like the Gadget Trish Jackson days. And like from there, I was like, I had it in my mind, like, don't act a fool, don't stay calm,
Yeah.
stay calm, just think clearly. And I'm telling you, organically, Jackson's is chill. They would bring your energy, like not energy down, but like your nerves down. Like they have chill energy. Like it's just
Yeah, they are.
I've met I've had good experiences, and they were just nice, very calm.
Oh, there. I didn't know Jermaine did a concert via video in 2021. That's cool. Jermaine, we miss you. We hope you come back. We miss you, Jay. Yes. Listen, back in the day, I wanted to work for Disney. And then I'm like, I'm kind of glad I never did. I probably would have hated the place by now. So, like, I'm like, no. You know, other place I actually wanted to work, but I'm like, I'm kind of glad I didn't. The Apple Store. Because I'm like, I love everything about Apple, the keynotes, the product, this, that, and the third. But then sometimes I see the clients and I go, nah, I probably would have hated this place if I worked here. Yes, that's the best thing you could do. Don't get it twisted off camera. It's a whole different energy. You know, it's completely different. But
Mm-hmm.
like, we keep the funny laughing. Hey, did we just meet them once they are far from us?
Yeah, like I'm telling you, at least go into it like with I say have one sentence. Sum up what you want to say in one sentence. Just one sentence. Have that. Rehearse it. Practice it. Just in case. So you might have a fast, like quick. You can only say something like Joanna was telling me, like you might be only able to say something like while you're hugging them. So I
Yeah,
made sure to say something
it
to
was
each of
super
them.
quick.
So
That was
but
cool.
then like I heard like from Janet meet and greets, like people's outfits, like she caught on onto people's like recreations of her looks, and that was kind of the conversation point. So you might get lucky and they might say something to you and keep it going, but if you want to say something, at least have like one sentence to say.
Well, this might be shocking. So I've done meet and greets with the Jacksons and some Star Wars people. I have to admit, this might be this might be my favorite interaction period.
Really?
That weird body roll thing. I said, "Oh my god, they got my real personality to come out."
What?
Because usually, I'm in the adult mode and I'm like just being chill. But I said, if you get me to be silly, that's it. That's my real personality. And I don't let a lot of people see that part. Because then people think like you're legitly like challenged. And I'm like, I'm not. Like, I'm not even a little bit. But like I said, I have a child heart. And I'm like, there's nothing better when that comes out naturally. Like I love being around adults who are just cool like that, without drugs or nothing. Like that's their real personality. Like chill. Yo, what's up, Elm? I love that you
Yeah.
see and support Marlon and Jackie. I saw them and Tito in June. Oh, you're so lucky. It was an awesome experience. 10 out of 10. Man.
When I tell you, like, this show, it was like just so crazy for me to be able to see the songs perform that I grew up on, that I listened to for so long. And like the same, they keep a lot of the things the same, like the dancing routines and stuff from like the Jackson 5 days, the Jackson. So like watching the Victory Tour, I'm seeing songs perform, that I was just only able to watch on my laptop, like on the computer or something like that. Like I think when Heartbreak Hotel came on, I looked at Trish. I was like, oh, no, wait, I think it was Lovely One. It was either Lovely One or Heartbreak Hotel. I looked over and I was like, oh my gosh. And you would have thought it was like my first time hearing the song, but I was freaking out because, like I said, these were just songs that I grew to love. Heartbreak Hotel is my favorite Jackson song. So it was a full circle moment. And then the J5 medley, that's history right there. To see original Jackson 5 members doing a J5 medley. Are you kidding me?
Let's talk about the remember like how they were having mesh, like when you mesh songs together, the
Yeah.
musicians top tier. Like again, I haven't seen them in a long time. I don't remember the show being this dynamic. Like they had this handsome one with that pretty salt and pepper beard, right?
Oh gosh. That was another treat because that was Tommy. He was supposed to be the guitarist for This Is It. He's in the This Is It documentary in the documentary for it.
Amazing,
And
bro.
he did Tito's part on the guitar. He did a good job.
Oh my lord! Like, I don't know what the future holds for 2025, but I really hope I get to experience more things like this because, yeah, this is awesome. We're from customer service background, so we don't have money. We just sacrifice. We be like, I'm about to get my eBay hustle on while we're taking a break. Because I'm like, I would love to experience more things like this. Usually they're in Europe, and I get it. The love in Europe is so amazing, and so I still wish America would give the Jacksons their flowers while they're here. Like, really give it. Like, Ohio, y'all got the assignment. I'm not talking to y'all. But I'm talking about, like, sometimes there's shows that are, like, not sold out. And I'm like, why? Why are they not sold out? They're affordable, good performance, great meet and greet opportunities. Most important, they appreciate, like, even when they were, like, on the stage, like, anytime someone do something like that, Marlon was there to catch it. Marlon Marlon's quick. Like he and it makes it more of a better experience. Like I love shows where there's like crowd interaction. I'm so glad I went.
Wait, can we talk about the ending?
Wait. Actually, I'm gonna queue up. When me and Tori realized, hey, we can move.
Yo, like I saw people going up, but like, oh my god, okay, now I gotta see this because I. Yo, whoever that was in the they was running. Oh, there's me in the red hat.
chaos. Number chaos. Wait, this is my favorite part when people realize, like, wait, we can move?
Oh my gosh. Hold on. Wait, let me see if I got the video. I may have to mute it because it's kind of longer. Let me see if I can find it. Because I got the full video of you see my camera move.
That's
no,
true.
he was. Hold on. Matter of fact, let me get both them clips up there because he was moving at the end. Even when all the Jacksons off the stage, he was still going.
Actually, I also want to give a shout out to Lisa. Lisa's the lady who did the sign language. Let's show you. That's something that's new to me too. I said, oh, y'all got that signer up in here like it's freaking the Super Bowl with Rihanna. I'm here for the upgrades.
Okay. There you go.
Oh, there we go. Right, put it up. Okay.
So he, they just took a bow. He's like, giving thanks to the band and everything. Then you got all these people at the front of the stage, right? Booming. Let me mute this for copyright reasons. Don't get rid of this. You see me run. Hold on. You see the camera going crazy. And it's Jackie. And then I gotta play the other one. Hold on. The other one was the one I was like, oh my goodness.
I'm weak. She
Okay.
said, this one, you got it?
Yeah. Okay. I was like, where in the world is Marlon? Found Marlon. Y'all.
That was my favorite part.
Hat. He saw the hat. He looks up and he put the fist. He gave me the fist bump, y'all.
Like,
yo, it was like, okay.
The craft of entertaining people. That's a real craft. This one, yes, he is getting bills paid. Let's get back to
And the basses. I love bass guitar. The guitars, fire.
I said what's the other singer's name again?
Hayden.
Hey, how can I forget? Okay, Hayden.
They were giving, like, still putting on the show, but oh my gosh,
I wasn't expecting all that. I didn't know what to expect. I wasn't sure if we were going to be grabbing tissues. I didn't know what to expect.
Okay, no, I vividly remember running, like, and they let me through. They like, the Trish moved, and then I was like, excuse me, all the rest of the people, I'm like, excuse me. I go to shake Jackie's hand. I'm looking for Marlon. He's on the other side of the stage. I remember, like, ducking and dodging to get to him, and I accidentally stopped recording. I was like trying to get the recording back up, and I'm just ducking and bobbing and weaving and stuff, and I make it to Marlon. Oh my god!
Like, I know where Marlon is. Oh,
it was crazy. And then, like,
was everything. I was like,
the adrenaline rush. Like, my heart was pounding after, and I was like fangirl. I was screaming, like, it was crazy. And then I'm pretty sure it was somebody's auntie screaming next to me, and you had the uncles in the crowd screaming, like the Jacksons. Everybody was screaming, no matter your age.
I think that's one of the few artists that will have someone like 15 in there and 80 in there. All I'm like, it's rare you can get someone to pull that many generations in one space. And we had a lit crowd. Like, our crowd was, it was a nice diversity of ages, to be honest, but like, people were up and dancing. I was like, them Jacksons know how to get all them ages in the seats.
Yes.
Yeah, it's probably one of my I would say this is okay. My absolute favorite concert experience was seeing them on the freaking Apollo, right?
Mm-hmm.
Then I would say this is my probably my third favorite concert. Now I'm not gonna say the second, not now at least, but it's a Jackson shocker. But this was really good. This was really good.
Oh, now you got me thinking. I would say my top. This is top two favorite concert experience. The other one that's in the top two is I would say the when I went to go see Janet last year in Minneapolis, like the interaction, like it was just authentic fun we were having, and it
Mhm.
was just like it was so hype, and like at the end of it, I just remember I was just like dancing like crazy. Janet saw us from the crowd. It was like so cool. We didn't have no VIP or nothing. We just like went and got regular tickets. And it was so fun. It was like the same energy as this, just dancing. And like for this one, like I said, grew up on the music, so it was all songs that I knew. They even pulled out Michael's "Can't Let Her Get Away," and that was like one of the musically that had to be one of the best parts because the band got to show off, and the bass was going like it was like 10 minutes long, but it was just such a nice moment. And that's one thing about the Jacksons; they always gonna highlight their band. They always gonna give them a moment.
Man,
So
crushed it. Like I said, I don't ever remember it being so electrifying. I was just like, huh. I have to go through all my footage and be like, let me just compare because I was like, I wouldn't notice something like this. But I'm glad like I waited, if that makes any sense. I think you're supposed to be where you're supposed to be when you're supposed to be there, if that makes any sense. I'd be like, you know what? Like they've polished. You know what was new to me? Let me show you. I've never seen that song performed live ever. So I was like, finally. No, not let me show you. It was enjoy yourself. And all my
really,
I've never seen hold, hold on, Mark. You okay, Giga? I've never seen enjoy yourself perform live ever for me in person. So I was like, oh, when did they start doing this?
ooh, lovely one. That was a surprise. Lovely one. Um. Oh gosh, what's another one? Can't Let Her Get Away. I knew they performed Can't Let Her Get Away like already now, but like to see it, another highlight. I'm trying to think of another highlight.
Oh,
To shake
tell
it, hold,
love one another. I didn't know
love
he
one another.
I didn't know he has a whole different range when I was like, wait, what? You could do that? That was a flex.
Carol. Um. Wait, what was the other? Shake Your Body? Like the whole Shake Your Body thing. Like they be going in on that when you running across the stage. 1 minute Jackie was on our side clapping and stuff, and Marlon was on the other side clapping. Then they ran. Then Marlon was on the other side of the stage at some point. He body rolled, came to our side. Then he body rolled. So we got to see the body roll in the flesh. And then I got to see them shoveling the funk in person. Oh my god.
How
Everything.
do you do what they've been doing for so long with so much love as if it was your first show? That's what I was just like, this is such that was worth everything that like that was worth traveling to for sure.
It was. Whew.
And like
Commute wise was rough, but I would do this all over again.
remember when I passed out at the airport because I got
Oh
tired around 5 in the morning?
yeah.
That okay, so hold on. Oh, okay.
Okay,
So
you're back.
the reason why in and outs work so well for me because by the time my body is about to like crash, I fall asleep. Usually the flights are 5 in the morning, which means you're boarding around 4 in the morning. Then my flight didn't leave till 8, which means I had an extra 3 hours I had to deal with stuff. When it will say around 5 a.m., my body said, we're good. Like
Mhm.
I just fell asleep.
For me, it was it 3? Because we I fell asleep in that car. And then I look and Trish was asleep next to me. I was like, this is kind of dangerous. Let me get up.
Lord. Well, thank God. So there's a Delta Lounge in Ohio. Now I can't lie, it was the most meh lounge I've ever seen. But I was just glad to be in the lounge because you're more secluded from everybody. So you feel a little bit more comfortable about falling asleep and stuff. But I was just happy to have a lounge. Like if you ever go to like LaGuardia or JFK, the Delta Lounge is life. But it was just more like, all right, guys, at least you have food and some plugs. Enjoy. But no shower, nothing. I was like, what the? I was just happy to have the lounge. So I was like, at the end of the day, just be grateful. You have a place to sleep for an extra hour or two.
They need to start coming up with like ways that you can book a room for like a couple hours, like maybe 12. If you need 12 hours, maybe to take a nap and freshen up and then you done check out and be done. Or something like that. Because that's all I like. At least I could have had some, like I could have packed more.
Well, if we got a hotel, think about it, Tori. We would be in a hotel at max for 5 hours at max. And you're charging me all that money? Nah, it's not gonna happen. And I remember in Cali, this is Thriller. So we get to the hotel around 11ish, right? 11 p.m. And I think we had to get back up at 3 a.m. to go get our flight. I think I slept for 1 hour. But I didn't mind having a hotel for the Cali trip because it was 3 girls helping me pay for that. But I was like, no, if I was by myself, I'd have been at the airport. I'm not paying all that money to get 1 hour sleep. I could do that at the airport. And like if you at least the most lounges, there are showers in some of them. Or even if not, bring the wipes, wipe everything nice. Like Delta has these really nice private bathrooms where you could like do whatever you gotta do. Nobody's gonna know any difference. But not Ohio though. But the point is I just learned little ways. So I'm like, I saved $500 plus not doing the hotel thing. I was like, I'm not paying that. Not I. All right. So this is Lisa, y'all. She is. I've never even played this, but wish me luck. All right. Copyright. Key song?
Wait. Oh, he back there.
He got window. So yeah, they have an interpreter. I don't know if it's for all shows, but that was a nice add-on.
Yo.
Wait. Listen to Tower, y'all.
And then Hayden got a part 2, like Never Cancel the Bride.
Oh, he does?
Yeah, he had it before Carol did I'll Be There.
Oh man. Oh gosh. Can we just take this all in?
Okay, now we gotta look into he got the Randy hat on. the oh my gosh, the hat that he wore on the 30th anniversary, that's where it's from. Look
Oh,
at them having. I wish I would have looked at that big screen more because, like, you really could. Because I really couldn't see Terrell from my side. I was on the side that Marlon was on. That's where we were at, and then Terrell was on the other side, and I was like, I can't really see
from me
Terrell.
and Tori are next to each other, but the way you would see our footage, we have such a different perspective. I'm like, huh? Like,
You have a better camera, so you were able to like zoom in without it looking weird.
so I'm like, yeah, you can't beat the Apollo. That was iconic. They just came back after not performing for a while. 2012. The last performance was 2001, over 10 years. And if you guys watch, friendly reminder, we are having the Jacksons um Dynasty watch party. Um
Yeah.
I don't want to spoil it, but I just got the impression they weren't going to ever be on stage again. I'm like, well, they're back better than ever. So, oh, I didn't know that. He was the front man of the UK boy band. Shut up. You know your little facts. Thanks, Cheryl.
Now I gotta look this up because I love my UK artists. Oh, I can't spell. Why did I spell that right? I was trying to spell ultimate. Oh, wait. This is him. Sorry, I'm on Google.
No, I know you are.
Yeah. That is not amazing. Leah, I got questions. I need to know what she said, Leah. Leah's mischievous.
Oh, thank you for watching. I thought this was gonna be a short live because I'm like, what could we possibly say? And then it's Trisha and Tori. Say less. Um Oh no, can I put that on screen, Lena? Leah, can I put that on screen? About Janet?
Wait, Leah got mothered. I understand, but no. Oh my God, Janet, Lord. Okay. Wait, was this at a concert or was this at the book signing?
Probably
An
was
after party.
the after party.
Wait, who was? Now I need to know.
Was that? I know there was an after party when Randy was at in New York. I wasn't there.
Wait, let me see. I had a question. Okay, was it? Okay, like was it like they was trying it with you? Like who's in the wrong? That's what I wanna know.
Well, this is that's those things get tricky. Like, okay, so in this case, like in this particular Jackson meet and greet, notice that Jackie was reaching out to hug, and so was Marlon. Like with them Jacksons, if you don't see them doing that, don't do that. Like,
Yeah.
When I see Prince all the time, I always say, Prince, can I give you a hug? I always ask. I'm not going to assume you might have a cold or something. Like, I always say, is it okay?
Prince just like I'm not like, even in my personal life, I'm not necessarily like a hugger. Like when people reach out to me, I will hug. But like Prince just be like, like just give me. I'm like, oh my God.
Wait, remember that exchange with Prince and Jess? I think he thought it was a picture. It was something like when people think it's a picture in a video moment. I said that was so funny. I was like, it's always cool. So I don't know. It was definitely something I'm glad we did. We're oh my God, we're past the 2-hour mark. Shoot, by a lot.
Dang. We've been talking too much.
All right. Shout out to Brandy.
Oh, you got a good picture. My picture was like
I didn't even know you got a picture.
I did. I was like, Joanna got a video of me with the picture. I look like I'm calm and collected, like taking a selfie, but my hand was shaking.
So that's cool seeing Brandy. Question of the day, Tori. What would you do different?
Pray that I will be able to see them again when I don't have to do a Trish in and out trip because oh my goodness, I was like after I feel like during this like the adrenaline was up, so everything was okay. But once we got to the point where we were just like waiting to get till it was time to go be able to go to the airport as early as possible. I was like crashing. I'm like, I need a hotel. I need a bed to go sleep in because this is
I have warned you guys. The in and out trips are tough. They are tough. It took me like almost 3 weeks for my body to get back to normal, like really normal. I was like, dang, they're tough.
yeah. It was hard, but like I said, I would only do that again for certain circumstances. But I think that's really only the only thing I would do different. I feel like it was perfect, like concert experience, meet and greet, merch, everything. It was for me. It was like perfect. It was more than what I was expecting, honestly.
I would have to agree with that. Like, I wouldn't do anything different. I was comfortable in my outfit. I was really happy I finally said something to these people more than hi. Glad Brandy was there. It was just cool. I got, Helly, uh, seeing Jenny for the first time was really cool. Seeing Ron Pia. Ron Pia, I see the most because we're using the same event. So, yeah. The end. Listen, I'm too broke. Like I said, hopefully next year I could afford. I did like the This Is Thriller experience a little bit better because I finally had a hotel. But sometimes I was like, man, oh, I
What?
party in New York at the Barclays, so my uncle gave me a pass to get in this section. The security was salty that my uncle gave me the pass, and she told me I can't get in. Oh wow, they were doing a lot. I got a glance of Janet looking at us, and she thought I was being combative, but Lily led. That was cool of him, which is how I met him and took a picture. Wow.
Oh man, no, that security got you like because I've never heard like Janet having to do that. Security got you. Nah. See, I don't know. I'm not sure what type of security it was, but I noticed a thing like with certain venues or events, the venue security, like let's say it's an arena. The arena security always is like overstepping, like when the artist security, like say the artist security like lets you have some sort of like pass or something, and the venue security is like, what are you doing? What do you, no, you can't do that, you can't do that. When
Hmm.
the artist security has already cleared you, venue security is always trying it, like they be getting yelled at by the artist. There's a video of at Taylor Swift's concert, and I don't know what security was doing, but they were like overstepping, like I don't know what they were doing to this girl, but she was like in the front row or something, and she's in mid song yelling, "She wasn't doing anything. Hey, stop!" And like just going back singing. I'm like, y'all, your job is gone. That is a billionaire. Your job is gone.
No, I agree. Like I know, like when I met Hayden Christensen for Star Wars Day, one of the guards was just doing so much, and I'm like, yo, we paid a lot of money to be here, and he was just messing with all of us. I was like, bruh.
Sometimes
You know,
security be thinking they
right? I mean, Hayden was nowhere near us. There was no need for that, but I know for This Is Thriller, it was some of the security was a little what's the word? I would say a little abrasive, but I think it was because the area was a little tough, so maybe they had to be that way to make sure nothing bad happened.
Yeah, I
But
noticed that like and it wasn't necessarily like with it wasn't I don't think I think they were just working for the policy, like the venue. I don't think they were working
right,
for Heavenly or Prince. Because Prince has his own security, but
yeah,
they were kind of like it was like miscommunication. Like I know you said you got told something and then they told you something
right.
completely different.
That's why I couldn't see Prince. So I was like, you know what? I'm not gonna be a brat, but yeah, it sucks. Getting back to Leah's story, it sucks when security oversteps like that, and you're like, you know what? Like, what's going on, and why is it going on?
They be acting like they state troopers, like they the popos.
I mean, this is really not the best example because they weren't like what Leah described, but it was just like, it was like not it was not what things we're used to. I'm like, well, I get it. It's a tough area, so what? I guess. Oh,
And
that's crazy.
see, you work for the venue. Something about the
No, but,
venue security.
I hate to be that person, but I'm the kind of person when people do stuff like that, if there's a name tag, you will be getting a Black Karen letter and talking about my experience. I had a bad experience. Well, I don't want to get into that because just in case this person be like, "Oh, you're the reason." But I put it like this: I will never get upset. I get your name discreetly and I write a letter. I'm not the one to play that with. I was like, oh no. Like I don't lie. I make sure that, the person legitly in the wrong. And I'm the kind of person I will give you grace. But if I notice you're still being a jerk and it's not making sense, I'm writing a letter. Because I always think, oh, maybe the person had a bad day. It's not a big deal. But then when like the person keeps doing stuff like how Lee is describing, I'm sorry, we're writing a letter. And I'm not even gonna let you know I'm writing a letter. Like, because if you let them know you're gonna write a letter, that causes things to get from this to this. No, I'm like,
Get their name and be like,
get
I
their
got you.
name discreetly and then write a letter.
I used to work for somebody who that was her go-to. Like she would get so many gift cards. Like she would
Mm-mm.
get. I remember one place she told me she had for a year. She got to go to that food establishment and get stuff for free. She didn't have to pay for nothing because of an incident that happened, and one of the workers was being disrespectful to her. So emailed everybody she could find higher up and all that. The worker got fired because it was caught on camera,
Oh,
and she got to eat there for free. So,
well, I had
the,
it at a store. I won't say which one it was. It was like the worst customer service I ever had, and it's a very high end store. So I was like, "What the hell's going on?" And so, of course, I reached out to corporate. Da da da. So then I didn't get a free card. Nothing. Actually, they wanted to meet me, and I'm like, I don't see the point of that. But the funny thing is, when I went back to the store, everything I complained about was corrected. Like there's some stores like you charge so much. Like if I ask you where something is and I tell you I can't find it, and you're like, "Oh, it's over there," I might say, "I already just told you I can't find it," which means I need you to come with me. So it's just like, oh no, we wrote a letter. But next visit, the problem was they were like, "Do you need me to what are you looking for?" And they were like, they walk you because I was like, "This store is huge. We need help." So it was a mess. So I said, I hate writing letters. I'd be the first one to understand. Sometimes people legitimately have a bad day, but when you're trying to tell them, "Hey, I tried to do it, and you're still not helping me," then I have the right to write it. Like I don't like writing letters to be honest, because sometimes people could get fired behind it, but that always sucks to be honest. So no, girl, you always write a letter. Keep your composure. Keep calm. Cause I was like, no, this lady's overstepping like big time. And there'll be other opportunities and other celebrities there. And if she can't handle a job like this, then she shouldn't be there. Like, because it's making the artist look bad, to be honest. So, I mean, if I could do one thing different, I wish I did this sooner, to be honest.
Oh man. I would say that actually, I would say the same. Like, cause I've gotten to the point where I've gotten on planes and went to completely different random states. For other events. Like, I wish I would have done this. While Tito was still there. While he was still here, perform like getting to appreciate them like all in person. Like even if I couldn't meet them, like just to be able to see him, like I would give any like if I could go back in time, I would have found a way to get to that. What was it? Was it San Diego, San Francisco? I think it was San Diego. The one that happened the same weekend as King of Popcorn in the Michael Jackson birthday event.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
Like
yes, the one we were all in Cali.
yes, like, and I almost was like, maybe there's a way I could get there,
I
but it was
regret
just
not reaching out to you and Scarlett because I'm sure we could have found a solution. You
yeah.
know, we'd be like, you know what, you guys are gonna have to go straight from Vegas. We'll get a room. I thought about it because when we were doing the announcements, I was like, wait a minute, we're there. But my flight was already booked, and I'm like, you know what, I should have just paid the extra money. The would have, could have, should have. Like the older I get, the more I realize when something nags you like that, listen. Like
Hmm.
I can't explain that. Like I had this feeling I need to go see that show.
Same.
I was just like, oh, it's gonna cost me money to change the flight. Plus I need a hotel, just leave it alone. And I'm like, but I didn't know you guys wanted to go. I'm like, oh, that would have been an easy solution.
Oh, it's always I'm gonna just start voicing what I want to do because this had I not talked to you that one night, I don't even know if we would have been doing this
Yeah.
because I was like, well, I don't know who's gonna want to go all the way to Cincinnati with me, like.
And then we just came back from Cali, so I know everybody was like, "Oh heck no!" Well, actually, no one really knew I was going. And then Honey had said, "Oh, who I want to see the Jacksons." So then I was like, "Honey, we're going to be in Cali, da da da." But then I said, "Oh, I'm thinking about going in Cincinnati." And then Shelly was trying to come. I know Rocky was trying to come. It just didn't work out. And I ended up talking to Tori. I said, "Yo, Tori, I think I'm gonna do something really, really crazy." And then you were like, "Yo, are you going to that show?" And I'm like, "What? How did you know?" And the next thing you know, me and Tori was, I brought the
Wow.
seat. Tori took care of her flight. I got my flight. I think it took me a while to get the flight thing together because I was like, wait, because I was trying to get one of the flights free, and I'm like, nah, just once I realized there was a Delta lounge in both directions, I said, Delta it is. And we made it happen because we were like, yo, this is the only way. Like they weren't coming in our area at all. So it was just, well, they did in my case, but honestly, it would have been probably more money for me to go to Atlantic City based on what happened with the Janet concert. So I was just like, nah. I mean, I would have had a hotel, but still, I don't need a hotel. Just get me back home so I can go back to work. I actually went to work that day. And I'd be honest, I think I bumped into Lisa at work. True story.
Lord, she be child.
So I
She
was
out.
like,
She
Lisa,
outdid you in the in and out.
right? I said, one, does Lisa live in New York? And two, she clearly, if it is who I think it is, because she goes, I love your shirt. And I go, thank you. And then she looked at me and I looked at her and I'm like, is that Lisa? So I left it alone because I had no sleep. Literally only had like 3 hours sleep. So I'm like, so there's that. You're just getting off a flight and you're back at work. So
You know what you should have? You should put one of those moves like, wait a minute, you look so familiar. Did we go to school? What's your name?
I remember I was tired, but I was really happy. But I was like, I can't wait till I could just afford to go on a trip and go home, like or get a hotel. But I hate going straight to work. It's so draining.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah, like yeah, that was tough.
that's why I'm getting the room.
Only way, like so I'm a freelancer. We only get 5 PTO days, not vacation days, sick days, right? Because in New York it's by law. And then they allow you to earn PTO based on how many hours you work. So this year I earned 80 sick days altogether. I knew I had to save them for this is thriller, this, that, and the third. Like there were other things I had to do, including like other stuff. So I was like, I don't have like a traditional job. So like it sucks. So and I mean I get paid okay, but I struggle. So I'm only able to do all this because I live in an old apartment that's like, ugh, but it's affordable. So I was just like, if I had to pay a normal New York City rent, y'all would never see me anywhere ever. Couldn't afford to go anywhere. So yeah, I agree. It took me a second. See, like you sometimes you just gotta find a way to make it happen. Of course, safety first. No, bills are first, safety's first, second. You're like, make sure all those things are in order. But I was like, yo, Tori, this is the only thing I could see working out, and it worked out. So, what are your closing thoughts, sis?
Oh gosh, this was, I would say this was, it's also with this is thriller in my top 3 of things I experienced this year. I don't even know what the third one would be. I was actually, the third one would have to be Janet, like the meeting Janet, the meet and greet. Oh wait, no, but there's also King of Pop. See, I don't think I can have a
Right.
maybe I can have a number 1, 2, and 3 part 1, 3 part 2. I don't know, but
Well, the Hill Los Angeles is a whole different. So I feel like Hill Los Angeles / Michael birthdays is one category, and concerts is another. It's totally different things because I feel like if you want to be more part of the community than it is the Hill Los Angeles stuff / the Michael Jackson, because you're interacting with the MJ fans, like we're all together. When you're at a concert, it's the special moments, things happen on stage. How if you get to meet the artist, how that went, like it's a completely different thing. Like I'm surprised we had any fan interaction at all because I wasn't expecting to see Jen or Ron P or anything. But usually I don't really have a fan interaction with fellow fans at a concert. Like it's usually a bunch of strangers. So that was really cool. So
yeah, it was also helpful, like, to be for me to like be around other people that are already seen the concerts, how it goes, give us a rundown, like what's the rules, how what was the experience like before, just so it can get you ready and prepared to know like what to expect, like for it to happen for the night. So I just think it was kind of, I feel like I said it before, I feel like this was something that was supposed to happen. I don't know.
it was so effortless. Like everything just fell into place. Like even my outfit, I owned everything. I didn't have to buy one solitary thing. I said, "Oh, I remember I brought that brown jacket for a fall pick inspired by Tito Jackson's album Under Your Spell." I already had the jeans from This Is Thriller. I owned the boots. Like there was no, it was I had the hat. I was like, "Oh, just show up." I did lose my clear bag, so I remember I was like, Dory, I don't have a clear. That was an obstacle. Remember, they had this big list of things we couldn't bring in the freaking venue, including iPads. So they were like, oh, make sure you have a clear bag. Make sure it's no bigger than 12 by 12. And then we get there, it's like, what? No, nobody enforced any of it. So
They didn't check. They checked the bags when you get into the casino, but like for
yeah,
the concert,
like,
and the rules was for the event, like the concert area, like there was no.
but it was crazy for the Janet concert this year in Buffalo that they were strict. You saw all of us with clear bags. They were not kidding. So it was so interesting, like how I mean, clearly though, I'm being honest, if a venue has rules, better safe than sorry. So me and Tori came in with these tiny little bags. Even
Yes.
though, like you see me with a Jackson bag, I made sure that it was able to fold down into my clear bag. But I was just like, what? I could have brought a regular bag. Oh, thank you for joining. And you guys are so great because we are definitely about to end this. I mean, But yeah, like as soon as we hear the next leg of concerts, we'll be more than happy to share it if they're going to do it again. But for now, if you guys, live in the areas where Austin Brown's going to be doing stuff, um Jack's Austin absolutely lives by that Jackson legacy. He reminds me of Randy slash Tito with being able to play all those instruments and sing and dance and do all that stuff. So I don't know if I'll be able to afford to go to any, but if I could, don't be surprised. I gotta
I
be on.
want to go so bad.
No, well, I gotta do eBay first. The eBay determines when I could leave. So thank you so much, Elle. Appreciate it. Thank you, Kelly. I appreciate it. And yeah, like I guess that's my closing thoughts. If you have any more thoughts, this is the time to, oh wow.
This is overall, once again, this was a very nice experience. Thank you to the Jacksons for always being nice to us, for always, appreciating us, like honoring our appreciation and stuff, because y'all are not obligated to do nothing at all. Like nobody's obligated to do anything. It's the fact that they do that and they, you know, feel like, I don't want to say like indebted, like oh they owe us stuff, but like they make sure like they give back to us and stuff, whether it's just like, they reciprocate the energy or something like that, or give people a shout out or something. I've seen that before. Like they always do it in some way. But also thank y'all in the chat. Like everybody's so nice in the chat and stuff. Like
thank you, John. Appreciate you. The Austin thing, I'll get back to you because I remember I was having trouble finding information. So I got this information from Jackson Source, I think, on their Instagram.
Wait, but it's
Toy to the rescue.
Wait. Oh, I got it.
Thanks. We appreciate that too.
This, you can find everything about Austin on here. You just scroll down. And I got the correct link this time, y'all.
Oh, thank you, Tori. I appreciate it.
Oh my.
Chat beacons.ai. Austin Brown. Thank you, Tor. So that's it for now. We do have a Tito Jackson watch party next week. I don't know why I didn't do this thumbnail, but forgive me. And also, I hope to have my vlog up, hopefully in a day or two. No promises, but that's my priority, is to get that up and running.
I can't wait to see it.
It's been a good week, but stressful. Like I can't get into too much, but I definitely got the right people's attention lately in terms of my social media. But then it's like, I know low-key I need to quit my job, but then how do you sustain your life? So it's just like, I'm just pulled in so many directions this week, and I have a feeling this is my new normal. It's I don't want to complain. I just got to figure out how to adapt, because it's like, no, I'm not complaining. I've always wanted this, but it's like, I need to quit my job, but how do you pay the rent? It's like, it's a lot. So I was like, oh, hard work pays off, but I guess you just got to work harder until you can get what you need to get done. So you're still working harder and being smarter though. So that's it, y'all. We're good night. We'll see you in a couple of days. And again, thanks for watching. Make sure you watch Invincible Jackson's vlog, a whole different perspective of what happened that night. And of course, mine will be up hopefully soon. And that's it for now. Love you. I appreciate you. Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Peace. Because peace is what we need. Thank you for watching this live or replay. Make sure you sub to this and Tori's channel from Invincible Jacksons. Like this video and share, and we will see you real soon. Serena's birthday.
I was like, wait, we're still here.
This live went better than I thought, man. I didn't get those.
Hey, we live.
Huh?
We're live. We're still live.
We're not. Oh, we're not live?
No, we're still live.
Why are we live? What's wrong with YouTube?
Wait,
Oh
how do you end this, Trish?
I pressed enter already.
Wait, why is it live?
I don't know.
It's still live.
It's still live. It won't.
This is my worst fear.
What if I took my wig off? This would have been a disaster. Why
How do you end this? End it, Trish. How do you do it?
do it?
You're in charge.
Okay, said in stream, and I said yes. Then it goes outro. Let's try it again. Thank you for watching this live or replay. Make sure you sub to this and Tori's channel from Invincible Jacksons. Like this video and share, and we will see you real soon.